Fox earlier that the suspect's wife and 5 children were in federal custody. Solomon, an Egyptian national, is facing federal and state charges in a Colorado Molotov cocktail attack on a pro-Israel group that left 12 injured.
The arrest warrant shows Solomon told police, quote, in order to get as close as possible to the group, he dressed himself like a gardener. He wore an orange vest, bought flowers from Home Depot in Castle Rock, and purchased a backpack sprayer, which he filled with gas and wore on his back as he approached the group. He also said that he didn't spray it on others because he planned to use it on himself because he expected to die.
Fox's Alicia Acuna in Boulder. The White House says President Trump is sticking with the One Big Beautiful Bill, disputing estimates it will explode the deficit and singling out Republican senators over criticism of the bill.
Republican senators like Rand Paul and Ron Johnson don't have their facts together. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says she is pushing back on an estimate from the Congressional Budget Office that the sweeping Republican budget bill will grow the deficit by $4 trillion.
Unfortunately, this is an institution in our country that has become partisan and political, and we are very confident in our own economic analyses of this bill.
The One Big Beautiful Bill also faces opposition from a major ally of the president, Elon Musk, writing on X, the budget bill is pork-filled and a disgusting abomination.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. House Speaker Mike Johnson just telling reporters Musk is terribly wrong about the bill and calling his post disappointing. America is listening to Fox News.
Oh, no.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
If you love rainy days, this is your week. It's looking good and feeling hot. Nothing on radar, 87 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Beyond today, the rest of the week could be stormy. John Herrick reports.
Severe storms could hit the state on Wednesday in the form of damaging winds, hail, and heavy rain. Here's Casey Fuson from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis to discuss what happens after that.
But at this time, we're not expecting severe weather the rest of the week. But we do have chances for some heavy rain with any of these storms through the end of the week.
She says some places in Indiana could get an inch of rain or higher by the time the weekend rolls around.
Carmel's infrastructure officer is suspended on unpaid administrative leave because of a domestic incident that happened May 23rd on Speyside Drive South in Noblesville. 44-year-old Jeremy Cashman was arrested when a woman told police Cashman yelled, cussed, and roughed her up, hitting her in the back several times. A juvenile also made complaints against Cashman. He's charged with domestic battery in the presence of a child and domestic battery on a person younger than 14. A statewide silver alert. Missing is 19-year-old Nikhil Sood. Sood is 5'10", 200 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. State police say Sood was last seen wearing a blue shirt, black shorts, and white tennis shoes. Sood is missing from Bristow in Perry County and was last seen Monday at 5 p.m.
We set the bar very high during the 2024 U.S. Olympic swimming trials.
Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett confirming what's been known for a week, that the U.S. Olympic trials in June 2028 will be at Lucas Oil Stadium. For the last one, which was last year, 300,000 people attended.
During the week-long event, we broke the world record for the most well-attended swim meet, not once, but twice.
Indiana Gas at 3:05 on average. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Are you planning for your retirement? Ensure you're on the right track with a crucial step, tax planning. At Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, every retirement plan we design includes comprehensive tax planning. Imagine maximizing your savings while minimizing tax burdens. Tax planning isn't just about the present. It's a cornerstone for retirement planning. The less you have to give to Uncle Sam, the more cash flow you have in retirement. So take control of your financial situation. Proper tax planning can help optimize your retirement income, leaving you with more time to enjoy the life you've worked hard for. Let us help you create a tax-efficient retirement plan. Your future self will thank you. Call Absolute Wealth Management, LLC, 317-288-0634. That's 317-288-0634. Or visit AbsoluteWealthManagementLLC.com. William Gonzalez offers investment advisory service through Gradient Advisors, LLC, 877-885-0508, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Absolute Wealth Management is not a registered investment advisor nor an affiliate of Gradient Advisors. Gradient Advisors, LLC, and its advisors do not render tax, legal, or accounting advice. Insurance offered through William Gonzalez, independent agent.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, looking at westbound 70 stop-and-go traffic because of the construction delay in the south split. So we are looking at slow after rural into the north split and then stop and go on the main part of southbound 6570 down to the south split. So that's a 7-minute delay here at the moment. North side, eastbound 465 slow before and after Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Payday. Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Butter Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Sunny, warm, and humid heading into the afternoon. It will be breezy at times. Today's high 87, partly cloudy, quiet, and stuffy overnight, a low of 70. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. The mayor of Indianapolis, Hogsett, Boss Hogsett. What's the other nickname?
Diamond Joe.
Diamond Joe Hogsett has officially responded to the city county councilors that are calling for him to resign. I'm assuming they've all called for him to resign over the allegations of sexual misconduct happening underneath his watch.
Oh, Nudge, you and your drugs. So far, I don't believe any of the Republicans have gone on record calling for him to resign, at least not that's been picked up by the media. We do have two high-profile Democrats.
Yes.
You've got Jesse Brown, who was the socialist member of the council.
Jesse?
He was calling for this for a long time now. But another counselor, Democrat Andy Nielsen, also calling for Joe Hogsett to step down. Because, again, this report that came back about the sexual harassment allegations taking place in the mayor's office, it wasn't a ringing endorsement. They basically said, well, looks like the mayor's office did the bare minimum.
Yeah. Like maybe some things you could have done better. Some things you probably should have pursued. And nary a mention of why he brought back Thomas Carl Cook for the 2024 campaign, 2023 mayoral campaign.
Yeah.
After he had been jettisoned for the reasons outlined in these complaints.
All by Democrat women working in the mayor's office. So if you're somebody that's new to the story and you're thinking, was this a Republican trying to get back at a Democrat? Was this like the Curtis Hill story? No. These were all people that, again, let's be honest, probably don't like the things said on this radio station very often. But they also didn't want to be harassed in the workplace, and they put their names on it. Multiple women with receipts, text messages, videos shown to reporters, and the report came back, and nobody's going to be held accountable here. Nobody. So you've got two Democrats calling for Boss Hogsett to step down. It's a hell of a lot more than we're seeing from these wishy-washy-ass Republicans on the city county council. And Hogsett has released a statement. Quote, while we don't always agree, one thing the city county council and I do agree on is the importance of continually improving city policies and training. He goes on to say, I ask the council work with my office to schedule a productive and open dialogue about all the measures proposed in the final report as soon as possible. Nobody.
I don't know what you just said.
How would you feel if your daughter, Nige, worked in that mayor's office? I don't have a daughter. I don't know what it's like to be a girl dad. But if you've got a girl, how would you feel if she worked in that office and she came home and told you all the horrible things were taking place? She's got emails. She's got text messages.
This creep just keeps texting me 60 times in a row. And all I want to do is work. And all I want to do is all I want is a recommendation.
And then an investigation happens, a report, and nobody's going to be held accountable. How is that okay? That's not okay. It's not okay at all. So I know next Monday, the minority leader will be here in our studio, Michael Paul Hart. And I like Michael. Michael's a good dude, right? The deck is stacked against him. He doesn't have the numbers on the council. When I say he's the minority leader, It is a minority on that council. But I'm not happy with the Republicans. Why is it the Democrats leading the charge here to say this dude needs to step down? Why aren't the Republicans lockstep saying, hey, make this a bipartisan deal? We'll work with you, Andy Nielsen. Jesse Brown, we might not agree on a lot, but we agree that these people are creeps. We'll work with you on this. I'm not seeing any of that from the city council. All they're doing is going, we need more money. We need more money. We got to pay the law firm. We got to keep this going. No.
That's right. They needed an additional $300,000 for them to tell us, yeah, they did everything technically by the book, I guess.
You didn't even need the law firm. These women exist. Their emails, their text, their videos exist.
They weren't asking for money.
Right.
They weren't suing civilly for sexual harassment, which I'm sure they probably easily could have.
And again, look at the track record of this mayor in this city. Allegedly blackout drunk in a rehab facility while the riots were taking place. Again, he's never confirmed it. He's never really denied it. Look at the crime. Look at everything else under his watch. It's been a dumpster fire. And yet everybody's going to let this dude pass and get away with everything. He brought back Thomas Carl Cook after the investigation. He knew he was a creep, but they each have dirt on each other. And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and if you want the honest truth, everybody, is he could probably run again and win.
You're right,
for
Nigel.
a fourth term.
You're absolutely
Did he
right.
have some sort of fundraiser or something a couple of weeks ago, or something that involved something like that? Well, I mean, it wasn't even close against Sharif.
Right. Well, Sharif didn't do himself any favors. But yeah, he would win again if he ran. 60-40. That's the Democrat to Republican ratio in Marion County.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what Ryan Mears does or Joe Hogsett do. They really can't be any worse at their jobs. They really can't. The only people that say they're doing a good job are the butt sniffers that need them for their jobs. Like I've heard members of like the Sports Corp and Visit Indy say, we think Joe's doing a great job. Well, of course you're going to say that. You need his assistance on a few things. Anybody with two eyes and a functioning brain can see that Captain Rehab Pants is a dumpster fire.
Captain Rehab Pants.
And here to join us on the Hammer and Nigel show with his thoughts on multiple council members from the Democrat Party calling for his resignation, this is AI Joe Hogsett.
Look, a lot of people think I may have a drinking problem. A lot of people think I may have been in a rehab facility in Richmond, Indiana during the riot.
That was a rumor.
A lot of people think I may have known about the sexual harassment scandal in my office. A lot of people think I may have actually taken part in the sexual harassment scandal in my office. And maybe those are all reasons why my wife left me, and I didn't do anything harsh to my partner in crime, Thomas Carl Cook. And you know what?
What?
I forgot what I was going to say.
That happens often. I do it all the time, actually.
I get it. I get it.
I forgot what I was going to say.
AI Joe Hogsett calling in about the scandal.
That's an exclusive right there, baby.
AES, my good friends at AES, the incompetent buffoons that allowed a fire to just burn in my backyard with nobody answering their phones.
Oh, the power company.
The power company.
Yeah.
They filed a petition today with the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission, the IURC, because they want to increase all of your rates. They want a roughly 6% increase in your bill for power by January of 2027. So this would be, to the average family, probably around an extra $21, $25 a month.
Sure, why not? Yeah. I mean, as long as we're overcharged. This place, I swear to God, what was it like the storm last year? Like a week for some people.
Right.
Like
one big gust of wind, the derecho.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple years ago now, one big gust of wind, people were without power for days. We're not like talking a tornado here or anything. It was a big gust of wind. And then, if you remember, we had on the show the spokeswoman for AES who was acting like it was not a big deal, and her social media pictures of her by the phone, hanging out by the pool. She's got power. She's working by the pool. It's like 95 degrees and humid outside. People are miserable. This is the customer service you get from AES. When we tried to call and tell them, hey, there's an electrical fire in our backyard, people's homes are about to go up here, nobody answered. The fire department couldn't get through to them. And I'm sure they probably got a special phone number that we don't have access to.
They got a bat line.
They got a bat line. These idiots would not answer the phone. I don't mind paying a fair price for a good product. I'll even pay more for a premium product. I'm like that with toilet paper. I'm bougie when it comes to toilet paper. I'm bougie when it comes to peanut butter. I'll pay a little bit more.
You're bougie when it comes to downed power lines being taken care of in a timely manner behind your house.
The way I see it, AES owes me money. These crooks over at AES, they owe me money, and they're going to try to screw all of you. This is a joke. This company is a joke, man. Good luck with that. Allison, let's hit a break here. I'm too fired up. I'm afraid I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Westbound 70 stop-and-go traffic after rural into the north split because of the construction delay. That continues on southbound 6570 from the north split down to the south split. And we're delayed by 7 minutes. Eastbound 465 on the north side. That's slow. Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Payday, packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel. Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
I mean, AES asking for a rate increase is laughable. My God. 88 right now at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
But the thing is, they're going to get it, and you're going to pay it.
I know. I'm Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bend over and take it up the tailpipe. Because we don't have any other options, really. And that sucks. Jeff Boggs will join us here in just a little bit.
Cool.
He'll bring some light-hearted laughs to this program. Some much-needed laughs after that segment. Can't wait to have Jeff in here at 3:35. But coming up next, an update on our live show and a reason to drink tonight. Don't go anywhere. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Hammer Nigel here for Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Have you checked out your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? That number could be a lot less or hopefully a lot more than the number on your statement. Discover how you could get every penny. You got to squeeze every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Bill Demery right here in Indy. He's my retirement guy. He's Hammer's retirement guy.
So if you've saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now by calling Bill Demery. 317-648-5120. Free analysis takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits, and he explains things in a way you understand. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 6/22/25, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Hey, this is Denny Smith for LD Smith Plumbing. Lance Smith joins me right now. No, we're not related, but I'd be proud to call him my son, my uncle, my cousin, whatever. Lance, welcome to the studio.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, sump pumps, they're coming up. You guys, it's probably time to get your sump pump special. You brag on this every year.
Yep, it's a real deal. Free primary sump pump with the purchase of a battery backup system. Simple as that. No hidden labor fees or anything like that. 317-927-7186 or ldsmithplumbing.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show is this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. For hunting, sporting, and personal protection gear, visit the Indy 1500 Gun and Knife Show.
Well, we're coming to your city.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hammer had a big announcement yesterday. Indiana Pacer viewing party happening Thursday. Where, when, and most importantly, why? Why are we doing this?
Why?
Let's answer the why question first.
Because it needs to be done.
Absolutely.
When your team is in the NBA Finals, you have a viewing party, you have drinks, you have gambling, you have all the things that make life worth living. So that's what we're going to do. This Thursday, the Hammer and Nigel Show live, starting at 3 o'clock at the casino in Shelbyville. Horseshoe Casino, Indianapolis. It's in Shelbyville. And our show will be inside the sports book, the Caesars Sportsbook. Your place to watch the NBA Finals. You can get your bets in. You can live bet. When the game changes, you can make those instant live bets. It's like playing the stock market, man. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing the pregame show, basically. 3 o'clock. That's when we start this Thursday.
Man.
And Nigel, the last time we went to Shelbyville showed out. Remember, we did that show at Putters. Now, it's no longer open. But man, we had line around the corner. People were parking down the block.
That's a Christmas show. That was right before Christmas break. That was incredible. These when you and I go out, I have so much fun. I don't know about you.
I have a blast.
Carb day? Are you kidding me? Carb day. Oh, my God.
Shelbyville, we're looking at you, baby. Show up big. Get there early and get one of those big, comfortable seats in the sports book. Oh, you could almost fall asleep in one of those things. Not that I've ever done that before. But, man, get there early. Have a great time with us. The show starts at 3 after our show ends. We're going to walk around, hit the bar, get some drinks, maybe hit the tables a little bit, get a little blackjack going. I don't know. Then we're going to go back, bet on the Pacers, watch the Pacers win. We hope to see you guys there with us on Thursday. Great moments in casino history, Nige.
Oh.
This is the inspirational speech that George Clooney's character, Danny Ocean, gave in Ocean's 11 when he's trying to talk Brad Pitt into robbing the casinos.
Because the house always wins. You play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house.
Damn right. That fires me up.
Oh, boy. I got the hair on the back of my neck standing.
Now, that makes you think you're going to win. The real way that this plays out with me is like I'm Clark Griswold in Vegas Vacation.
$500. You don't know when to quit, do you, Griswold? Here's an idea. Why don't you give me half the money you were going to bet? Then we'll go out back, I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it a day.
That's kind of how things normally play out, but I want to feel inspired by the George Clooney speech. Nige, if you need a reason to drink tonight,
okay,
happy 58th birthday to one of your favorite journalists, Anderson Cooper.
Yeah. I honestly thought you were going to say like Tucker Carlson or something. I knew he wasn't 58, though. That's the problem.
Anderson Cooper is 58, the CNN staple of that network.
Yeah.
Great moments in Anderson Cooper history. Now, it's no secret, Anderson Cooper is a gay man. He talks about it all the time. He's very outspoken about it. Been out for a long time.
Pride Month, sure.
So Joe Biden tried to relate to Anderson Cooper on a town hall by telling a very cringeworthy story about San Francisco.
Remember, Anderson, back 15, 20 years ago, we talked about this in San Francisco. It was all about, well, you know, gay bathhouses. And it's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
You remember, Anderson? You were there, huh?
Yeah, Mr. President, I was there.
You remember, Anderson?
You remember the gay bathhouses? The highway rest areas, the gay bathhouses. Very, 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 very gay men.
Joe Biden thinks he's relating, and Anderson Cooper's just kind of looking at him. Great moments in Anderson Cooper history when he was on the air for New Year's Eve a few years ago, and someone gave him a tequila shot.
Feel free to toast along with us.
Absolutely. You know what? Everybody here seems to be having a great time. He's not a big drinker.
It's like burning your lungs.
Good Lord.
It sounded like somebody was like squeezing his junk.
Oh, you mean like in Revenge of the Nerds when Poindexter was hooking up with one of the Omega Moos? That's what it sounded like. Here, let's mash these together, see if you can tell the difference between Anderson Cooper doing a tequila shot and Poindexter from Revenge of the Nerds having his junk grabbed.
I've just gotten lost. I don't know which one was which.
That's the same clip.
No, it's the same clip. You bastard.
No, it's not. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, if you're always spending a lot of time out in the garage, especially in the summer, but your garage floor is cracked and stained and has not been maintained, it's always dirty. You got to look into Galaxy Concrete Coatings. I did. Galaxy Concrete Coatings, they came in within a day and turned my garage floor into something brand new and beautiful. My Galaxy Concrete garage floor is out of this world. And they did such an awesome job on my garage floor coating. I had them back in to do the concrete utility floor in my basement. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com or give them a call, 751-9070.
Turning 65, new to Medicare, or just moved? If you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, a Humana Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan, a DSNP, may give you the extra benefits you're looking for. A DSNP helps cover things like prescriptions and checkups, but it also helps pay for essentials, too. With a Humana DSNP, you get $225 a month for eligible groceries, rent, utilities, and more. Plus, whatever you don't spend carries over to the next month. You may even get benefits like $0 copays on routine prescriptions, plus routine dental, vision, or hearing coverage. All of this could make a difference for your health and wallet. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a coordinated care HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the Indiana Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal. Allowance amounts cannot be combined with other benefit allowances. Limitations and restrictions may apply.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Trouble for Carmel's infrastructure officer. Haze, clouds, and a breeze are the order of the afternoon. Nothing on radar. That's not expected until tomorrow. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. Last year, 44-year-old Jeremy Cashman was promoted to being Carmel's infrastructure officer. Today, his name and pick are not on the city website, and he's been both suspended and arrested. That's been acknowledged by Mayor Sue Finkham, who says the domestic violence charges involving his family are deeply concerning. The incident was May 23rd in Noblesville and involved a complaint from a woman who says Cashman hit her in the back, closed fist, and a child who also reported some minor injuries. Kidnappings of Americans in Mexico are nothing new, but these are apparently connected to a dating app. Fox's Gernal Scott.
A new security alert issued Monday warns about kidnappings at popular travel destinations Puerto Vallarta and Nuevo Nayarit. American embassy officials say a dating app is linked to the kidnappings but did not specify which one. The U.S. Consulate General is telling citizens traveling in Mexico to be aware of attempts to extort money from them and to watch for any new State Department travel advisories. In light of the crime, the Mexican state of Jalisco, where Puerto Vallarta is located, is under a Level 3 advisory urging travelers to reconsider plans. The state of Nayarit is a Level 2, urging caution. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
President Trump railing against a Republican senator who has been critical of his tax cut and spending bill. Fox's Ryan Schmelz from Capitol Hill.
In a post on Truth Social, President Trump says Senator Rand Paul votes no on everything, but never has any practical or constructive ideas. His ideas are actually crazy. The Kentucky Republican has been the most vocal GOP critic of the One Big Beautiful Bill. While he likes the tax cuts, he has issues with raising the debt ceiling by $5 trillion.
This will be the largest increase in the debt ceiling ever in our history, and we've never raised the debt ceiling without actually meeting that target.
Senator Paul says he spoke with President Trump over the weekend, and the president, quote, did most of the talking. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us, 317-563-0868, or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace too strict.
Looking at northbound 6570 slow from the south split up to Fletcher Avenue. That's a construction zone. We're also backed up past Raymond Street, almost to South Keystone Avenue. Westbound 70 stop and go after Rural Street into the North Split. And again, the construction delay of I-65 on the south side. We're backed up from the South Split to the North Split. Then back to Rural Street on westbound 70. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic before West Street into the South Split. And now we have a crash reported. This just coming in. Northbound 6570 in the South Split. That's blocking the right lane again, adding to that delay past Raymond. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months. No interest, no payments. Trust local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A warm Tuesday night ahead with lows around 70. Warm, a little humid, and hazy for Wednesday with highs in the mid-80s. Scattered showers and storms Wednesday evening and night with a level 1 out of 5 marginal severe risk for wind and hail. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer here with a very special in-studio guest.
One of our favorites, former writer for Late Show with David Letterman, and many other of your favorite programs, Hoosier Jeff Boggs is with us. My man, how are you?
I'm excited, man. It's finals week here in Indy, so this is about excited as it gets. We're going to the NBA Finals. We have a shot to have a parade around this monument, possibly in 14 days?
Yeah, and it's going to be finished by 14 days.
No, I was going to suggest somebody's going to start moving some stuff right now because every other street is closed down.
Right. Nigel and I were looking out the window earlier.
Yeah,
I'm looking out right now.
The south side.
It's a beautiful 88-degree day. Sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's not a single person working out there right now.
No, there's nothing. How depressing would it be? We win the NBA championship and we have to have the parade in Bargersville. Nothing wrong with Bargersville, but you're like,
we would love that.
We just didn't anticipate this happening. We're sorry.
Before we get on to the next series that begins Thursday, let's just be Hoosiers for just a moment.
Come on.
I always hear people say, it doesn't matter who you beat to get to the finals. But beating the Knicks was just a little chef's kiss. Beating Milwaukee and the Knicks on your way to the championship round, like, that doesn't get any better if you're a Pacer fan, right?
Yeah, Cleveland was kind of like, beating your cousin in Little League Baseball. You're kind of like, who cares? But the Knicks and Milwaukee, I don't know how it could be better because right now we don't really care about the Bulls and the Lakers are a West Coast team. So those two are pretty exciting.
Like after we eliminated Milwaukee, and I say we because I'm an invested fan that spent money.
Yeah,
we're part of this.
Sure.
We fought the Bucks. Like you had dads out there getting in the mix. You had, Matherin getting ready to throw hands. That didn't happen against the Knicks. I think the fans have more of a rivalry in that one. But don't forget how miserable Milwaukee is.
Oh, terrible, terrible place. And the Knicks too, though. The Knicks, other than Nigel, and we're past the whole Chalamet thing.
Timothy Chalamet, actor.
That was probably rough for you, but I can't stand the New York Knicks. And if you listen to their, for the first 48 hours after the game, everyone in the media just talked about what happened to the Knicks.
Right.
As opposed to the Pacers are moving on. And you look at the ESPN analysts, Cleveland, all 7 of them pick Cleveland. New York Knicks, all 7 of them pick Knicks. And now all we hear is, Pacers won't even get to 5 versus OKC. So it's great.
I'm having a hard time getting motivated to hate Oklahoma City the way that I hated the Knicks or the way that I hated the Bucks. Does that make sense?
It does, and it's a good thing I'm here today because I thought the same thing, and I'm like, I need to get angry. I need to figure out a way to get that fire going in your belly against Oklahoma City. Like, they've never personally done anything to me.
We had a pretty fair trade with Oklahoma City not that long ago, right?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. It's a nice town. They're nice people, real salt-of-the-earth Americans. But then I did some research.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
And if you don't mind, I have a couple things that are going to drive us all crazy and make us want to win this finals even more. Are you ready?
Bring it on. Let's go.
Hit me.
All right, first off, did you know both the parking meter and the shopping cart were invented in Oklahoma. Did you
not know that?
All right, so the next time you park your car downtown and end up getting a ticket, or you're sitting in the Myers parking lot and some dude forgot to bring his cart back and it dings your car, blame Oklahoma City. Boom,
baby.
That's what I'm talking
baby.
about. Are you getting mad? Are you feeling it a little bit?
I'm a little angry, but I'm just not there yet.
All right, let me see if I can up the ante a little bit. Everyone's favorite nutbag U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren was born in Oklahoma City. She's from Oklahoma City. For those of you who don't remember Elizabeth Warren, she used to lie about being Native American in the 80s to advance her career, which led President Trump giving her the nickname Pocahontas, which drove her so insane she actually went to get a DNA test to prove she was Native American, and it came back saying she was not. So put that in your peace pipe and smoke it, Oklahoma.
Boom, baby.
I love Slick doing it. Indiana is responsible for some of the greatest musical groups of all time.
Yes.
We have David Lee Roth, born in Bloomington, Van Halen. Axl Rose, born in Lafayette, Guns N' Roses. A little guy named Michael Jackson with his group with his brothers up there in Gary, Indiana. Do you want to know a famous musical group from Oklahoma?
Well, I was going to say, let's not forget Babyface.
Well, it's not a group, Nigel. Don't ruin the flow.
Sorry.
Do you want to hear a famous musical group from Oklahoma?
Please.
I got 3 words for you. Color Me Bad.
No.
Yeah. You suck, Oklahoma.
Boom, baby.
No.
We're going to keep going for all you history buffs out there. In 1890, President Benjamin Harrison from Indiana assigned fellow Hoosier George W. Steele to be the first governor of the Oklahoma Territory. Did you know that? So, hey, Oklahoma, if it wasn't for Indiana, you wouldn't even have a state. Go for it.
Boom, baby.
There we go. Now I'm ticked off.
Yeah, get mad.
You start talking Benjamin Harrison to me, it gets my Irish up. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. I want to sex you up. One of the great,
jeez.
One of the great 80s songs.
So Elizabeth Warren is from Oklahoma City, right?
Yes.
She's Massachusetts senator, but she's from...
Born and raised. And then she had to flee to Texas to start lying about being a Native American to apply for the bar.
Right.
So she didn't even want to stay in Oklahoma City.
So is this going to be Nigel's new crush for this series? Because Timothy Chalamet's been eliminated now.
Whoa.
Well,
Who?
Well,
Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren. I mean, that would be interesting to see what that would possibly look like. I don't know if you have anything that you could post that would show us what a hot moment between nutbag Elizabeth Warren and Nigel would be.
I know where this is going now.
Yeah. Give me a moment here. I'll work on this. We've just put it on Facebook, so give it a second to marinate there. But who are some other fine folks that are from the greater Oklahoma City area that Nige could possibly fantasize about when he's taking a bath?
All right, Nige. I know last time, just to recap, last time it was Timothy Chalamet.
Yes.
You were hot for Chalamet.
I was.
So here are your options for Oklahoma City. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Dr. Phil.
Oh, I love Dr. Phil on this show.
So
are you...
So possibly?
You say the hose?
If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, stop being sick and tired. What about Ron Howard from Oklahoma?
Oh, Opie.
Great director.
Yeah,
great
thumbs up.
Hollywood director.
Crush.
Very, very big liberal. No.
Pass. All right. What about Garth Brooks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, he's kind of a lib, though, isn't he? Like, he's a country music superstar. Some of the greatest songs of a generation.
Oh, my wife, I took her to several different Garth shows. She cries. She just celebrates his entire catalog.
I went to a Garth Brooks show in Oklahoma City once.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so he...
that was major.
Whatever happened with him and that makeup artist? Anyway, so last one. Are you ready? From Oklahoma, Chuck Norris.
Oh, yeah.
They got Chuck Norris?
They got Norris.
Go Oklahoma City Thunder.
No.
Although he did not stay in Oklahoma. If you know, the name of his show was Walker, Texas Ranger. So obviously Oklahoma can't be that cool of a place to be. But anyway, those are some options, Nige. Think it over. You have till Thursday to pick one.
Okay.
Now,
All
did
right,
we
thank you.
run into Chuck Norris leaving the NRA convention, Nige, a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah, he gave us the thumbs up.
The iconic slow turnaround thumbs up from Chuck Norris.
Well, we were begging him to come on our show.
Right.
Like we were broadcasting live on the air, and he just turned around and gave us the big thumbs up. And was
How long ago was this?
2019.
Yeah.
The NRA was in. I just saw something. on Facebook. And
Twitter's not cooperating right now, but it's on Facebook.
Shocking.
Nigel's new celebrity crush for this playoff series.
Nigel, I saw the video. It's horrific. It's
I
horrific.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
Go to the Hammer and Nigel Show Facebook page right now. And thanks to the magic of AI, you're going to see Nigel's new crush for this playoff series.
Okay.
It's worse than the Timothy Chalamet one. It's actually harder to watch than Chalamet.
I can't bring it up yet.
Okay, I tell you what.
That's what she said.
Take a break.
Take a break. When we come back, we'll have more with Jeff Boggs and Nigel and his new celebrity crush. Check it out on Facebook, Hammer and Nigel. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's funny. I sat down at one of those blood pressure readers at CVS earlier this morning, and my blood pressure's lower than it's ever been. And I partly credit that to Exercise Inc. and the things I've been able to implement in my life, my healthy habits, the physical exercise my body needs, plus the simple 9 habits that I need to follow to change my diet and eating habits and routines outside the gym as well. If you don't know what Exercise Inc. is, it's just this unique way of working out. It's totally different than those big box gyms, and it's only once a week. A 20-minute private once-a-week workout. You show up, it's private studios, there's no mirrors, there's no music. It's just you and your coach. Trust me, I know. I've lost weight. My clothes fit different. My blood pressure's gone down. And it saves me time. Again, once a week for 20 minutes. It's a hard workout, don't get me wrong. But if you think you're way too busy to exercise and be healthy, try out Exercise Inc. Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood. I go to the one in Zionsville, and now the brand new location in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. ExerciseInc.com, and make sure to tell them Nigel sent you.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
We set out to be the very best of the best, and past couple years we've actually achieved that. For all of the state of Indiana, we've been awarded the Dealer of the Year award twice now. Unlike other brands, that only gets handed to one dealer every year, and we're very proud to have won that twice.
Put the best to work for you at FamilyHVAC.net. Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Stop by McAllister Machinery in Indianapolis to see the full line of Kubota or visit McAllisterKubota.com. Technology Recyclers is the safe and ethical choice for your computer and electronics recycling. R2 certified, 100% landfill free, guaranteed destruction of data, and absolutely free pickups. Visit tech-recyclers.com.
I'm a proud owner of B-Window.
I'm a proud B-Window owner.
I'm a proud B-Window owner.
When you work with a local, employee-owned home improvement company like B-Window, quality comes first because your home improvements are a reflection of our business. And for a limited time, we're extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to be.
Trust me. Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Trust employee-owned. B-Window's extending our employee discount to you, up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to be.
Big stories locally, big moves in Washington. WIBC.com keeps you updated throughout the day with all the news that matters, plus traffic, weather, and more on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's news when you need it.
Matt Bear's got a look at the roads.
Crash clear. Northbound 6570 after the south split, still slow to Raymond. That is a construction zone. Westbound 70 stop and go from rural into the north split, and then not moving in parts on that main line of southbound 6570. That's jammed up from the north split down to the south split. Eastbound 70 slows before Harding into the south split, and on the north side, eastbound 465 stop and go. Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
88 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Okay.
Having a little conversation here with Jeff Boggs. Big Nige is here. How do you like your video, Nige?
For some reason, you did an AI video of me and Elizabeth Warren, a.k.a. Pocahontas. She is dressed in a full headdress, and I'm making out with her, making the love sign with her with our hands. I'm picking her up. Why again? Oh, it's because she's from Oklahoma.
Right, because you seem to fondle yourself over big fans of other teams. So Jeff and I did the research, and we found out that born in Oklahoma City was one Elizabeth Warren.
She doesn't even know they're in the NBA playoffs. I guarantee it.
Lizzie Warren? Of course she does.
No, she has no idea.
Oh, she'll post something about it.
She'll no. But
Nigel,
that is
would you consider yourself a bit of a fame whore? Like when you see a famous part, you were talking, I don't know if it was off air or on air, but you saw Chuck Norris and we're trying to grab him to be on the show. I know that you had ran around with P. Diddy before.
25 feet from us, I was yelling. I just wanted him to get on the air with
And you told P. Diddy, I'd be willing to do anything to get you on the show. The Chalamet thing, I don't know that much about you.
Fame whore.
But are you overly impressed? Like my girlfriend Molly gets so nervous around famous people that it's awkward. And I wonder if you maybe have a touch of the same thing.
I would be overly... I would like if Tom Cruise walked in right now, somebody that calendar, I would be.
You'd be Chris Farley talking to Paul McCartney.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That was awesome. Remember when you jumped out of that airplane? That was awesome.
I just appreciate good work. Well, that's all I'm saying. I really appreciated Timothy Chalamet's knowledge and understanding of sports and his Dune.
He came into your city and tried to crap on everybody that lived in it.
He did not try to crap on everybody. He was rooting on his own team.
He did, but you're also all of these people you're mentioning are very handsome men.
Right.
So,
do you ever crush on anybody ugly?
Yeah, like I don't know.
Lyle Lovett. If Lyle Lovett walked in here, would you get a little funny in the britches?
Is Adrian Brody? Is he considered
he's
ugly?
a movie star. What about like if you saw Pat Sajak?
You telling me Pat Sajak isn't more attractive than Adrian Brody?
I think Adrian Brody looks like a movie star. But Pat Sajak, wearing a sweater vest or something, are you freaking out? Or you're like, oh, hey, Pat Sajak?
I don't know.
Whereas if
I'm not freaking out if I see Pat Sajak.
If you see Benicio del Toro, you're like, oh.
I would love to see Benicio del Toro and Pat Sajak hanging out together. I think that'd be awesome.
Bong and beers.
Coming this fall.
Doing shots.
Benicio del Toro. Pat Sajak.
No, like if Leo walked in. Yeah.
Okay, again. So Chalamet, Leo, Tom Cruise.
Brad Pitt. I'm just a fan of their acting. I love they're such good actors.
I'm waiting for our bosses to say, you're no longer on WIBC. We're moving you to the Ion Network. Thanks, Nige.
It's awkward.
Jeff, you're not helping. You're bringing up all these good-looking dudes. You know Nigel has a problem with good-looking men.
I have a problem with good-looking men.
What about Tom Holland? Any thoughts?
Nah, I don't know really any of his movies.
Too short?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, just too normal looking for me. You could walk right by me and I'd have no clue.
Huh.
Yeah.
What about Michael B. Jordan?
You could be Tom Holland. I don't know who Michael B. Jordan is.
You know who Michael B. Jordan. Creed, right? The main character.
The black gentleman in Creed. How don't you know Michael B. Jordan?
I've never seen it.
He's one of the biggest movie stars in America right now.
I actually would, if you give me a choice between going to a front row to a Creed concert or meeting Michael B. Jordan, Creed 100 times out of 100.
I think Michael B. Jordan is a wonderful actor.
Power tools.
I like
Let me
it.
just say something to bring the men back to this conversation. Power tools.
4-ply toilet paper.
Not wiping your butt. Kate Upton's cans.
Creed had a great. Who was it? Rehnquist had the Creed car. In the Indy
Felix
500?
Rosenquist. Yeah.
Rosenquist. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was in awe by that.
He had a great month. He finished in the top 10, I believe. It was near the top, qualified really well. Sirius XM is his main sponsor, so he has a different band for each city. And the month of May happened to be Creed that was on his car, which is awesome.
Tucker for me, that's probably it. That's probably number one.
Tucker Carlson?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, when his show went off the air, I was despondent for months.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. Jeff, where can we find you?
Not Kidding Rogers on Twitter. Well, nice going, Nigel. That was fun.
I can literally hear people turning the channel. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Just a quick question. Have you checked your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement? Guess what? That number could be a lot less or maybe even a lot more than the number on your statement, okay? So this is Hammer and Nigel here. Bill Demery, your retirement guy, can help you discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis.
We trust Bill Demery, and you can trust Bill Demery. He explains things in a way you can understand, full transparency, so give him a call today, 317-648-5120. If you've saved more than $200,000, but you've not yet filed for Social Security, what are you waiting for? Get this free analysis. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. And when it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs are rewritten. Classics are remixed. Bands and artists come and go. Even our taste in music changes. Here at Xfinity, we know there's still good in keeping some things the same. That's why we want to do our part with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. It means no matter what changes, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Surprised? Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Learn more at xfinity.com/deals. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 61,995, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
My grades were bad.
I appeared to be doing good at my school life, but if you would see me at home, it would have been a completely different story.
I mean, it was just rough focusing on school when your mother is somebody you have to take care of.
There are students who need somebody.
Communities in Schools is helping more than 1.3 million kids get whatever they need to succeed in school. You can help change the picture of education at communitiesinschools.org.
I hear people say we can't save every kid, but I think that we can.
When was the last time you practiced your home fire escape plan? Be sure everyone in your family knows what to do if there's a fire. Get out, stay out. It's your fire safe response.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Just days after moving on, Elon Musk is digging in. Lisa Brady, Fox News, the now former special government employee, doubling down on criticism of a House-passed budget package, calling it a disgusting abomination that will burden Americans with crushingly unsustainable debt.
Republicans should listen to them and actually to their former selves. Outraged about the national debt.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, but House Speaker Mike Johnson says Musk is wrong about the bill.
The top line on this is two very important things. We're making permanent a massive tax cut, and we are making a massive reduction in spending. $1.6 trillion is the calculation.
Johnson and the White House dispute a Congressional Budget Office estimate. The bill will grow the deficit by $4 trillion. Some Senate Republicans calling for more spending cuts. The White House says federal agencies are prepared for hurricane season.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and FEMA leadership are all over hurricane season, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says.
They are committed to ensuring that federal resources and tax dollars are there for Americans in need.
But Leavitt warns President Trump won't allow states to make bad budget decisions.
We want to see states be responsible with their tax dollars to do as much as they possibly can, and then the president will deeply and thoughtfully consider any requests for federal aid that come to his desk.
Acting FEMA Chief David Richardson is facing criticism for telling employees he did not know there was a hurricane season. An agency spokesperson says the administrator was making a joke.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Investigators want to know if the suspect's family knew about plans for attacking a pro-Israel group in Colorado. Mohammed Solomon's wife and 5 children taken into federal custody. Solomon remains jailed. 2 of the 12 people injured remain hospitalized. The Dow up 214 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
'93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
2 trips by Indiana's Secretary of State. The Lieutenant Governor has his take. Right now, nothing on radar. That's expected to change tomorrow, though, with a good chance for rain and storms. Right now, it's 88 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 4:02.
He's over there because of CPAC. He was invited because of the Hungary delegation that's close to his wife to come and have conversations with Purdue about agriculture. He's not making deals. He can't make deals. He doesn't have that authority. He has to go through the U.S. Department of Ag.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith defending Secretary of State Diego Morales' trip to Hungary on the Kendall and Casey show on WIBC. The trip to India, Beckwith says he's still not down with.
When it comes to the transparency of the India trip, I have a problem with that. Who did pay for that? We should know about those things. He needs to be more transparent. I've told him that.
It has not been made clear who paid for the trip. A Fort Wayne woman admits she threw her 15-year-old daughter under the bus, saying she had been the one driving the boat during an accident on Coldwater Lake in August in which 46-year-old Corey Butler was killed. Tasha Adams pleaded no contest to one count of lying to a police officer Monday. Police determined it was the girl's father, Zachary Adams, who was driving, possibly drunk. He's facing several charges, including negligent, crippling homicide, 4th-degree child abuse, false reporting of a felony, and reckless operation of a vessel, and reckless skiing. It's a lose-lose. That's how one man described Monday's bond hearing in Noblesville for the teenager accused of killing his nephew. Ryan Hedrick has the story.
There's no winners in a case like this.
That's Ravi Murray. His nephew, Mason Alexander, once a promising football star, was killed in a car crash in Fishers. The person who was driving that car is charged in Alexander's death.
They have their young adult that is potentially facing prison time, but we also have Mason that received a sentence of eternity.
A Hamilton County judge set Trey Williams' bond at $50,000 Monday. He's charged with reckless homicide. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Gotta love summertime. It's for enjoying outdoor music and vacations, and our pals at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help you save on both. AAA is now the official travel partner of Ruoff Music Center, and AAA members are going to enjoy some big-time benefits. Early entry into concerts, access to the AAA Premier Lounge. Can't wait to go see Chris Stapleton this summer.
Concerts at Ruoff, always a good time, always a fun time. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members save with access to hotel discounts, rental car discounts, and a lot more, along with complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. AAA.com, 844-GO AAA GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, looking at westbound 70, and it is slow. Rural Street into the north split slow if you're exiting to southbound 6570. But that is completely jammed up right now from the north split down to the south split for a 27-minute delay, and all that because of the construction that moves on I-65 between the south split and 465. This also has eastbound 70 stop and go from Harding Street into the south split, delayed just by a few minutes right now. East side southbound 465 slows from 70 to Washington, and again from Brookville Road to 74. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A warm Tuesday night ahead with lows around 70. Warm, a little humid, and hazy for Wednesday with highs in the mid-80s. Scattered showers and storms Wednesday evening and night with a level 1 out of 5 marginal severe risk for wind and hail. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
Boy, Hammer, I don't know. Do we have a possible feud on our hands between two high-profile people up in the government, Donald Trump and Elon Musk? Elon Musk, of course, not.
I thought you were going to say Rob Kendall and Micah Beckwith.
We'll get to that. Oh, that's coming. Don't you think we ain't going to mention that here? But this whole Musk torching Trump and his big, beautiful bill just kind of hit in the middle of the afternoon today, and it is making waves for sure.
Now, before we move forward, I don't think we can do this story justice without your awesome Donald Trump impression of him talking about what the name of this is.
Rand Paul always voting against things, always votes no, doesn't like my big, beautiful bill because it's big, because it's beautiful, because it's a bill.
There it is. It's big, it's beautiful, it's a bill. The big, beautiful bill. So this is what Elon Musk put on Twitter earlier this afternoon. Quote, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it."
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Rand Paul, again, to bring him up before we talk about Musk, quote, "The math doesn't really add up on President Trump's big, beautiful bill, as the bill's increases in federal spending exceeds the Doge cuts."
Right.
Well, wouldn't you be pissed off if you were Musk as well? You spent all that time for free doing all this crap for Donald Trump, and he puts out this bill with all the spending. Now, he does agree with the tax cuts or keeping taxes or going back to 2017 or whatever in terms of tax cuts and things like that. But, yeah, when he talks about some of the stuff with the military and things like that, I get why Elon Musk would say that. Now, I want to know what the response is from Donald Trump. Will it be because Trump lit into Rand Paul.
Right.
My imitation there was somewhat accurate. always voting no, blah, blah, blah.
Based on real events.
Yeah. So I'm going to be interested to see what Donald Trump has to say after Elon Musk's comments there.
So you're going to go to bed tonight, and there'll be nothing said. But you're going to wake up in the morning with a Truth Social post.
See,
at 1 in the morning.
Do you get Truth Social? I can't. Sometimes I can see Trump's responses on there. Sometimes I can't.
I'm on Truth Social just to see Trump.
Okay.
Honestly, we have a Hammer and Nigel account on there. We don't do anything with it. I'm just there to keep an eye on the guy in charge and to see what he puts out there.
Rand votes no on everything, but never has any practical or constructive ideas. His ideas are actually crazy. Parentheses, losers. The people of Kentucky can't stand him. This is a big growth bill.
Hoosiers hang banners on the YouTube chat. Probably coming at 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. Tiny hands, Elon. Knocked up a social media influencer. It's his 57th child.
Uses the fat shot.
The fat shot, that's right. So we'll keep an eye on this. I know Elon had a pretty, good farewell in the White House where they left on good terms. Hey, my Doge time's up, but I like Donald Trump. I don't necessarily like congressional Republicans, but I like Donald Trump.
Yeah, but calling Trump's bill a disgusting abomination is... that's big time.
Right.
That's
how I would describe Rosie O'Donnell on the toilet. And Elon Musk is using those words to describe Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill.
It always comes back to Rosie on the toilet, doesn't it?
Sometimes it's Joy Behar.
Okay.
I'm mix and match. An update on the Boulder, Colorado terrorist who was using Molotov cocktails and like a homemade flamethrower to target Jewish people. He's now facing 624 years in prison. He admitted that he started making these incendiary advices because he was not allowed to buy a gun. He tried to buy a gun. Now, I wish this information would have came out yesterday because it would have been great to have Guy Relford here. The gun laws did everything they're supposed to do. They did not allow this lunatic who was not qualified to buy a firearm to get a firearm. It's the same thing if you have constitutional carry. That doesn't mean you just get to walk into Speedway, grab a big gulp and a 45 and walk out the door. It's not how this works. You still got to pass a background check. The gun laws did their thing. It's almost as if crazy bastards are going to do crazy bastard things.
Not only that, but it's so bizarre. He said he waited till after his daughter's graduation or something like that to do these evil acts because, he didn't want to ruin his graduation.
No, he had to wait a few hours for that.
Yeah. I guys like that, I wouldn't have had a problem with somebody putting him down. I can't believe somebody didn't put him down.
I know.
Because he's out there, he's got that thing in his hand, he's shirtless, there's people on fire, I would not have had a problem whatsoever in any way, shape, or form putting this guy out of his misery.
And it happened in a state where they welcome the whole sanctuary status thing. They think gun owners are the enemy. Like, I have a feeling had he tried to do this somewhere in Texas, somewhere in Alabama, or even somewhere in Indiana, it wasn't going to turn out the same. But in places like Colorado, places like Oregon, and parts of California, you can get away with this because those no good, rotten, law-abiding gun owners, they're the real problem, not the lunatics that are out there. Again, gun laws did their part here. Lunatics will do lunatic things. This is a bummer, man. I read this today. Gray Brothers Cafeteria in Mooresville. They're closing on June 8th. Now, we had this story a couple months ago.
Yeah, we had the story. They said they were just moving locations.
Doesn't look like that's going to happen, man.
Really?
The owners are citing inflation, the cost of ingredients, changes to the restaurant industry. They tried to sell the Mooresville location, but they couldn't find a buyer for it. They're hoping, and this is part of the statement they put out, they're hoping to find a new location to open up their business again. Now, I do believe they said they wanted to modify the business plan. They weren't real happy with the Mooresville location.
time has changed and it wasn't getting a lot of traffic anymore.
I was going to say they weren't happy with the location. They've been there for 80 years or something like that. But but as time went on, you're saying
right. Because if you've ever been there, you go straight down it's 67 or whatever it is, and it's kind of off to the side a little bit. And if you got to look for it, there's like a little brown sign. I love Gray Brothers, though. Fried chicken was so good.
It's really
strawberry pie there.
It was really like MCL on steroids.
It was.
And I loved a good MCL. I went to the one in Speedway with my grandparents all the time when I was a kid.
So they're looking for a new location, and maybe they'll have it more like a carry-out kind of thing. I don't know. But it's a bummer, man. I hate it when these cafeterias like MCL or the buffets, Ponderosa, I hate when these places close.
Old Country Buffet, OCB, West 38th Street, baby.
If you have lost one of your favorite buffets or cafeterias, here's a little something from Hammer and Nigel Records.
No buffets. Now what's left are stacks of empty trays. Oh, I will grieve for no buffets. Gluttony. I'm now twice the man I used to be.
I miss it.
Enough prime rib to clog my arteries. Oh, no buffets came suddenly.
Way too quick. Way too quick.
No buffets.
Matt Bear.
Westbound 70 stop and go traffic, Rural Street into the north split, and then we're continuing our grind down to the south split. That's a construction delay. Eastbound 70 stop and go from Belmont into the south split at 4-minute delay right now. North side, westbound 465 slows Meridian past Michigan Road. Eastbound lanes tied out 865 over to Michigan Road. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Even a lot of places in Las Vegas doing away with the buffets now. You got to kind of search to find a good, ridiculous buffet in Las Vegas, too. 87 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh, that's right.
Boy, does Great Wolf Lodge there in Mason, Ohio, next to Kings Island, have a good breakfast buffet.
Now, they're going to charge you twice as what you would get at the Bellagio in Las Vegas for that, but hope you enjoyed the eggs. Is this anything? Next.
911, what's your emergency?
Por favor, necesito ayuda. Está borracho y creo que me va a pegar otra vez.
I will get someone to speak with you. Please stay on the line.
Hola, tengo su ubicación. Ayuda está en camino.
Getting past a language barrier is critical when first responders help Hoosiers. That's why the State 911 Board provides special tools for non-English speaking citizens to communicate with emergency services.
Si estás en peligro, aunque no hables inglés, podrás recibir ayuda en una emergencia rápidamente.
All Indiana 911 centers began offering translation services in over 240 languages in 2019. Now, people can send text messages for help in their native language to 911 and receive a translated text back from the dispatcher. It's of great help to the deaf and speech impaired and to those in select dangerous situations.
Cuando llame o envíe un texto al 911, un servicio de traducción se asegurará que entiendan lo que está diciendo.
For more information, visit in911.net.
Gracias.
911. Before you text, voice is best.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
and 6/22/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs, swelling, burning, cramping, aching, even restless leg syndrome. In some cases, it can lead to serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 317-516-6861 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. 317-516-6861 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 317-516-6861 for fast, easy, affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 317-516-6861.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
And brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, and free. Search to see if you got any money floating around out there. IndianaUnclaimed.gov.
And again, if you missed it earlier, we now have Nigel's video on Twitter.
Thanks for the reminder.
So go to @HammerandNigel. Nigel has an affinity for super fans of other teams. He loved Timothy Chalamet rooting for the Knicks.
There's more context to that, but go ahead.
I don't think there is. And we looked at some information, and we found out that born in Oklahoma City, Pacers are getting ready to play the Thunder of Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Warren. So if you want to see Nigel making out with Pocahontas.
Why would you want to see that?
@HammerandNigel on Twitter. You can see it on Facebook. It'd be a shame if you retweeted that. It'd be a shame if you shared it on social media. But take a look for yourself. Nigel's got a little celebrity crush.
I'm not even going to try to explain myself. It's been done.
I love the way you pick her up in that one video.
Completely out of context with the Timothy Chalamet description, but okay.
Is this anything? George Strait surprised a military veteran at a show recently in Pennsylvania. This was through his partnership with the Military Warrior Support Foundation. George was able to gift Sergeant Derek Austin a new house.
I want you to meet this incredible American Purple Heart recipient, Sergeant Derek Austin. Sergeant Austin was deployed in Afghanistan and was injured severely from shrapnel wounds when his convoy was attacked. Being wounded so severely because of that, he also suffered severely from TBI and PTSD. Well, we're going to say thank you in a very, very, very special way. And we're going to give this incredible hero a beautiful home.
Yeah, it's something. George Strait did the same thing, I believe, last year when he was here at Lucas Oil. Did the same thing, brought a veteran out and gave him a house or something like that. Something similar to that. He also has a song called "The Weight of the Badge." It's about the sacrifices of police officers. He played that song and had a montage playing in the background. Brian Leith's picture. I mean, you talk about tears streaming down my face. I mean, between that kind of thing, the George Strait, his support for the military, giving this guy, this injured veteran, a new home, and then that song, "The Weight of the Badge," and the montage, just overwhelming. Yeah, I love George Strait. The guy still got it, mid to late 70s, and I love the fact that he did this for our military vets.
Is this anything? There's a new commercial that's popped up for beef fat sunscreen that people are really confused about. Professionals don't recommend using beef fat sunscreen.
You don't say.
Here's a dermatologist talking about why it's bad to use beef fat sunscreen.
Let's talk about why beef tallow is absolutely not a replacement for sunscreen. Why is this a bad idea? No UV protection. Beef tallow has an SPF of like 0. So you're not going to get any UVA or UVB protection, which we know causes skin cancer, sun damage, pigmentation, and premature aging. Second is increases in sun damage. Oils like tallow can actually increase the risk of UV penetration. So you're not just unprotected, you're even more vulnerable.
So she's saying beef tallow, but that's a form of beef fat.
Right.
I think I'm using beef fat if given the option.
Sure.
Look, if you've ever seen the episode of Seinfeld where Kramer kind of uses butter and uses butter like as a lotion, and he lays outside and gets cooked, and then Newman wants to eat him.
He looks like that turkey that's...
yeah, he did. It's like, hey, buddy, he's got this little wing. So... I don't know. It depends on what it smells like. I might be using beef fat sunscreen instead of, Neutrogena.
And maybe it'll turn a few chicks on. Oh, wow.
That guy smells like beef.
I love a man in beef fat.
It always smells like beef and cheese in the studio anyway.
Right.
Why not just go for the full thing?
You're welcome, Allison. Is this anything? A woman in Utah was arrested for assault after she allegedly tried to strangle her roommate during an argument over dirty dishes not being cleaned.
Oh, yeah.
The woman was charged with aggravated assault and battery. Is this anything?
It's nice to see that, no matter if you have a roommate, if it's a man or a woman, if you're living in the same house, you argue about the same things universally. Look, I try to keep it pretty. I think I do the dishes more than my wife.
That's what you took from this story. There was a strangulation involved.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice to see people have the same problems. That's what you took from this.
It's just it's refreshing to know that my house is not the only one that argues about dirty dishes. We've come to an understanding. We've worked it out so there's no strangulation or physical abuse involved in my household when it comes to doing the dishes.
Sure. You know who doesn't think it's refreshing? The woman that got strangled.
I mean, honestly, this is a different situation, obviously, but there's still, some differences in our household when it comes to the laundry. But of course, I've ruined several $100s worth of clothing that wasn't supposed to go in the dryer. So I've absolved myself of doing everybody's laundry in our household except my own.
I wonder if I put a microphone up to the victim, because I have to get it really close. She probably has a crushed larynx, and ask her, hey, do you feel like you have a common bond with people across the country right now because we fight over the same things? I wonder what her answer would be, Nige.
Two separate things. I was just trying to let everybody know that we all have the same problems. We all have the same arguments.
We all get strangled over the dishes from time to time. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You probably have a dream retirement in mind, but do you know how to get there? The difference between dreaming and living your ideal retirement comes down to having the right plan. And that's where Howard Bailey Financial can help. At Howard Bailey Financial, we've created a free retirement toolkit to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Text DREAM to 888-262-1104 to download your free retirement toolkit that includes a retirement checklist, Social Security decisions guide, estate planning guide, and more. We want your dream retirement to be your reality. And it starts by texting DREAM to 888-262-1104. Let us help you take the next step toward the retirement of your dreams. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
The place to watch the NBA Finals is at the Caesar Sportsbook inside of Horseshoe Casino, Indianapolis in Shelbyville. Hammer here, and trust me, I know my way around that place. It is the best place to watch the games. You can bet before, you can bet in real time as the game changes. Make those live bets. And 4 different places to eat. Anywhere you turn around, there's a place to get a drink. Nobody takes care of you better than Caesar Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino, Indianapolis in Shelbyville. We're doing our show there this Thursday starting at 3 o'clock. Stop by, hang out, let's bet together, let's tailgate, let's have a good time. Caesar Sportsbook inside Horseshoe Casino, Indianapolis.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The Biden investigation. Clouds this afternoon, but no rain. That's expected tomorrow, with the possibility of even more Thursday and Friday. It's 86 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending.
The president is making a good point when he discusses the usage of the auto pen. Who was running the country for the past 4 years?
Reuters is reporting that the Department of Justice is looking into the competency of former President Biden during his final days in office. The focus will be on the pardons issued before he left, and specifically whether the former president was competent and whether others were taking advantage of him through the use of an auto pen. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt with reaction to that probe.
Perhaps those documents were signed with the auto pen, something that I believe the Department of Justice is looking into.
The Constitution gives broad clemency powers to the president, and the Supreme Court has already ruled that presidents cannot be prosecuted for official acts that they carry out while in office. State and federal authorities with a lot of charges against Mohammed Solomon, the man suspected of firebombing a pro-Israel gathering in Boulder, Colorado. Fox's Alicia Acuna.
Colorado is filing 16 counts of attempted first-degree murder, plus charges for use of an incendiary device. He is also being charged with a federal hate crime. The arrest warrant shows Solomon told police, quote, in order to get as close as possible to the group, he dressed himself like a gardener. He wore an orange vest, bought flowers from Home Depot in Castle Rock, and purchased a backpack sprayer, which he filled with gas and wore on his back as he approached the group. He also said that he didn't spray it on others because he planned to use it on himself because he expected to die.
Governor Mike Braun Tuesday says he replaced 3 members of the IU Board of Trustees early because of the sheer number of applicants. That's after the governor said that he had decided not to replace them, but did anyway under authority given him at the end of this year's legislative session. Braun had said the 3 would finish their terms. Braun appointed his own trustees. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Wheat Grow Hair Indy. You know, guys who are on top of their game choose Wheat Grow Hair Indy. People like Rajiv Ram, 2-time Olympic medal winner. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com and you'll see who these champions are. Top radio personalities, coaches, former NFL players. They know We Grow Hair Indy had the technology and results to grow their hair back. I chose We Grow Hair Indy because I wanted to get my confidence back. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I made the choice to go to We Grow Hair Indie. And you can get your confidence back. It's so simple. Head over to WeGrowHairIndie.com today or call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule your totally free, no hassle, no obligation consultation, and you could be getting your confidence back. Be on top of your game and look like a champion. Call We Grow Hair Indie today. 317-522-2995.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, westbound 70 slow from rural into the north split. That delay continues to the south split on southbound 65-70 because of construction. Eastbound 70 delayed 6 minutes from Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic from 29th Street to Meridian Penn. On the east side, southbound 465 slow from Penn Pike to I-70. Northbound 465 pockets of stop and go traffic from I-70 up to East 75th Street. Eastbound 465 slow. Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services plus 18 months no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A warm Tuesday night ahead with lows around 70. Warm, a little humid, and hazy for Wednesday with highs into the 80s. Scattered showers and storms Wednesday evening and night with a level 1 out of 5 marginal severe risk for wind and hail. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna from 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
We got a feud. We got a feud brewing. Hammer some great radio earlier this morning by our friends Kendall and Casey show with Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith. This is Micah versus Rob. This was the kind of radio that I'd pulled up into the CVS parking lot. Had to pick up some stuff for I had to pick up a kid prescription and get it back home, and that had to wait. Because I sat in my car and listened to Rob and Mike go back and forth, the Lieutenant Governor.
It was one of those things where it just kept going, right? And
well, the first segment they had it from 10 to 10:15, they talked mainly about the state senator who got the DUI that nobody knew about until now, that Rob uncovered.
Right.
But that second segment is where it started to go, quote, off the rails.
If you've ever wondered why we called that segment with Rob off the rails, this will explain it. So we've got a couple different sound bites here. And I'm going to tell you in advance, these sound bites are a little longer than I normally want to play, but to understand the full context here, I didn't want to cut anybody off. So take a listen to this. This is Rob Kendall, Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, and the subject is Secretary of State Diego Morales and who paid for his trip to Hungary. Are they being transparent about it? Why is he doing agriculture? I thought that was supposed to be the Attorney General. Let's pick it up from there.
Tiptoe Diego goes to Hungary. He basically is saying he's cutting ag deals. You're the head ag guy. Aren't you a little pissed off that this guy's in a foreign country claiming to can he do your job? And if not, aren't you a little pissed off about that?
No, he's not making ag deals, Rob. And I saw the post. I was at Pizza King the other day when it came out, and you posted about that, and you said, Mike is not upset. He's just eating pizza. Let me tell you, first of all, I was right before that. I was at the Indiana Packers pork production plant meeting with executives. Before that, I was at one of the best cattle family-owned farms in Indiana in Carroll County, and before that, in that same day, I was doing a roundtable with members of the Carroll County faith community, and so we had a full day, and I didn't know what was going on, so I looked into it. He's over there because of CPAC. He was invited because of the Hungary delegation that's close to his wife to come and have conversations with Purdue about agriculture. He's not making deals. He can't make deals. He doesn't have that authority. He has to go through the U.S. Department of Ag, through the councils and the coalitions that we have. And so I looked into it. There's no there. And I said, hey, listen, if he wants to go promote agriculture in Hungary or any other country for that matter, I don't care. Like, go tell people how great Indiana agriculture is. That's awesome.
Okay, so that kind of lays the groundwork of this conversation.
And I think I agree with Mike on that level.
Now, let's pick it up.
Okay.
So you don't care at all about this. You think this behavior for this guy, a state elected official, to keep disappearing to foreign countries, and then when people ask him logical questions, he tells them to bugger off, and then he's super flippant with the taxpayers about it. You think this is normal behavior? Oh, and by the way, he's claiming to do your job while he's over there. Who's in charge of ag, Micah? You or him?
That's right. I'm in charge of ag.
So did you send him over there? Did you tell him to do it?
He didn't do anything wrong, Rob. I didn't tell him to do it. He didn't do anything wrong. He's over there talking about agriculture, and I'm not saying that he needs to be more transparent.
Can I go over there and talk about agriculture? Can I claim to do the job? Who is allowed to do your job, Micah?
Please. Do it. I would love it because that's good for farmers. Talk about how great Indiana agriculture is. He's not doing anything wrong. If Daniel Elliott does it, if Elise Nushala does it, I would give him high fives. Say, yes, go tout Indiana. Go tout what we're doing. And he's not breaking the law. He's not doing anything unethical. Now, when it comes to the transparency of the India trip, I have a problem with that. Who did pay for that? We should know about those things. He needs to be more transparent. I've told him that. I've called it out publicly on your show and other shows. But in this particular trip with Hungary, he's not doing anything wrong. He's over there speaking at CPAC. He can talk about Indiana ag. That helps our farmers, Rob, and I'm about helping our farmers.
I think, going back to the previous clip, by the way, when Micah said, before you were making fun of me for going to that Pizza King and, doing a photo op, I was at the Indiana Packers pork production plant.
Yes.
Who's the poor guy on Micah's staff that had to tell him he was going to the Indiana Packers pork production plant that day?
Hey, you're the agriculture guy. You're going to the Packers plant.
Wait. I'm going where? I'm going where? I'm being very cynical here, and I'm projecting, and that's what I think I would be like. I don't really want to go to the Indiana Packers pork production plant. But so far, this argument is really good.
Let's pick it up again.
Again?
This week sometime they are putting out a press release saying where all of that money came from, who paid for that trip, and I'm excited to see what comes of that. Maybe nothing will come of it, but it's because of pressure that has been put on him, and I think it's the right thing to do.
By us!
I called for it.
By us, Micah! That's where the pressures come from. And guys like you who have the ability to do something about it keep acting like it's no big deal. Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No,
you have defended this guy time and time again. The pressure has been put on by people like us. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
You're the media, Rob. Do your job for it. You guys expose it. I call for transparency. That's how it goes. Do your job. That's what you're supposed to do. And you do a pretty good job of it. You're just completely unhinged right now, and people are getting tired of this witch hunt. You got to start putting up or shutting up, because you said Diego was a womanizer when he ran for office. You said he was under federal investigation, FBI investigation. Nothing ever came from that. Now
Mike, I've never said any of those things. Mike, I've never said any of those things.
WIBC, your company said it. Your company tried to vilify him, and nothing's ever come of it, Rob. At some point, you got to start putting up or shutting up, or you're just going to be the boy who cried wolf. Again,
we haven't said any of those things. Abdul said those things. We have gotten it right. We have led on this.
Work for you?
We're done, Casey. Go to break. Go to break. We're done.
I think there has been unfair, unjust accusations toward him when it comes to the Hungary trip. And I'm saying, listen, I looked into it. He didn't do anything wrong. And I'm going to stand for what's right when it's right to do so. And I'm doing that. Again, that doesn't mean he hasn't done anything nefarious, and you need to keep looking into it, and I'll keep calling it out. Do your job. I'll do my job. We're going to hold our government accountable.
Okay, I agree with Mike on the Hungary trip thing. It doesn't sound like anything was going on there. Yeah, who paid for that trip to India? That is still up in the air. I was talking to Rob off the air about that earlier this morning. Now, Rob wants Micah, the lieutenant governor, to call Diego out during the Lincoln Day dinner that they're both going to be at.
They're both going to be guest speakers.
And so I asked my question to Rob, and we can talk to him more about this Thursday with Off the Rails. And Rob had a good explanation, but I'm like, Rob, is the Lincoln Day dinner the forum, the appropriate space, the appropriate time for the lieutenant governor to get up and look at Diego, who's also speaking at the event, and say, who paid for the India trip? Is that the appropriate time and place? And Rob had a good explanation. I won't get into it now. It's too much in the weeds.
Right.
But that was my only question about.
I mean, if you guys are both there at the same time, then why not ask him? I guess, but
like in front of everybody, like out on the microphone.
Why not?
To hell with it.
Exactly. I'm fine with it.
I'm just, you know,
the one thing I didn't like that Micah said was just because Abdul says something, that doesn't mean that all of us here at WIBC are lock and step with it. Let's make that perfectly clear right now. Each show has their own opinions. Like, if we say something on the Hammer and Nigel show, we'll own that. That doesn't mean that Rob's responsible for it or Tony's responsible for it. And that goes for all the shows, right? Just because we all work at WIBC doesn't mean that, you know, if somebody says it, we all agree with it. Now,
I think it's amazing that the lieutenant governor, you know, will come on and every week, unabashedly and unafraid, and say and answer the questions, or maybe not answer questions, but at least fight back. And Rob is not afraid to, equally not afraid, you know, at the same time.
Right. I mean, the lieutenant governor goes to these town halls where he knows professional activists are there just to get squirrely.
Oh, geez, Zionsville.
Like the Zionsville one.
You should have heard this.
So, but because he was on with Rob earlier, we didn't want to bother him again.
Yeah.
So here to respond to that spirited back and forth they had, here is AI Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith.
Look, guys, I'm a pastor, so I know what I am talking about when I say God himself told me that he hates Rob Kendall, and because Rob is so short and tiny, it's really funny when he gets mad. It's like Scrappy-Doo on steroids. Anyway, tell that circus freak I said to go to hell, praise the Lord, and pass the ammunition. Pastor Micah, out.
AI Pastor Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith. You all right, Nige?
What was that last? Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition?
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
American Standard Heating and Air, they're built to a higher standard. If you are looking for some new equipment, like a new air conditioner for the summer, if you're looking for maintenance, don't trust anyone else. American Standard has awesome local independent dealers, just like this one Hammer will tell you about.
Check out our good friends at Price Point Comfort. Price Point Comfort, locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that will give you the right price guarantee. They promise not to oversell you or pressure you into buying a bunch of stuff that you didn't ask for. While some of the other companies do that, Price Point Comfort, they strive for customer satisfaction. PricePointComfort.com. Log on right now. Check it out. PricePointComfort.com or call 317-455-1124. James and Tyler should answer your call. James or Tyler, make sure you tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Price Point Comfort is your independent American Standard dealer built to a higher standard.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. Service today.
If this is the year to build your custom dream home, Joyner Homes is ready to help make your dream come true. They offer the flexibility to build on your own lot, allowing you to build a home in the place you've always envisioned. A dedicated in-house team of experts will guide you through every step, offering unmatched personalization and flexibility. Joyner Homes provides clear and upfront pricing and floor plans to inspire you. There's no time like the present to get in touch with Joyner Homes to talk about your vision and learn more about their building process. Visit JoynerHomes.com.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now, get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 61,995, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Siri, read me that text.
Sorry, I can't complete your request.
You want me to read that?
No, I got it.
Construction zone.
I see it.
Watch it. Oh my God. You're gonna hit him!
Oh, fuck!
When driving in a construction zone, be smart, be alert, be in the zone.
This is Brian Short, business manager for the Indiana Laborers District Council. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down, save lives. We're all in this together.
A message from Indiana's District Council of Laborers International Union of North America and affiliated locals.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
More tariffs later. Tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition, baby. Matt Bear standing by with a look at the roads.
All right, fellas, crash at 38th Street at College Avenue. 38th Street backed up both directions from that intersection. Westbound 70 is slow from Sherman Drive into the north split, and that construction delay continues to the south split. Eastbound 70 jams after Tibbs Avenue into Meridian, Illinois. Northwest side, northbound 465, stop and go traffic after 79th into 865. Eastbound 465 slowing after Westfield Boulevard to Allisonville Road. East side northbound 465 stop and go traffic 70 up to 75th, and southbound 465 delayed by 7 minutes from Penn Pike down to Brookville Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months no interest or payments. Trust local. Trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
87 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and I know I've done my job if I can make Nigel wheeze. Like, I know I've done something well if I see Nigel struggling for breath laughing at something.
Oh, man, that AI Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, his message to Rob Kendall was stellar. I mean, it was perfect, and it was so. And the absurdity of some of the things Micah was saying, like he would never say some of that stuff in real life.
He's a pastor. Can we hear it one more time, please, Allison?
Are we going to listen?
Look, guys, I'm a pastor, so I know what I am talking about when I say God himself told me that he hates Rob Kendall, and because Rob is so short and tiny, it's really funny when he gets mad. It's like Scrappy-Doo on steroids. Anyway, tell that circus freak I said to go to hell. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Pastor Micah, out.
AI, Micah Beckwith.
Mike, never tell anybody. Just the fact, tell that circus freak to go to hell.
The amount of people who are saying they want that to be a daily segment is growing. The YouTube chat, I've gotten texts.
And it's funny. It's also funny because Micah would never, ever say those things.
No.
At least not out loud. It may run through his mind. I'm just speculating. But what was the bullet thing? The bullets at the end? Ammunition?
Praise the Lord, pass the ammunition. It's a little southern saying, a little southern phrase, a little turn of phrase.
Wow. Yeah, that was...
God himself told me I hate Rob Kendall. I don't believe that actually happened, but
man,
there you go.
That's good stuff.
Miss Allison, hit me with some legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
So, Nige, I'm going to let you choose. Choose your own adventure.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about snake smuggling or toe sucking?
Yeah, I think we had a story about snakes yesterday, so let's talk about toe sucking.
Dateline, California. 27-year-old stalker was arrested after he broke into a woman's house and woke her up by sucking on her toes. So imagine you're laying in bed.
No.
Maybe the windows are open. There's a good breeze coming in. You're just, snuggled up. You're feeling good, and you feel a little something on your foot. And you look down.
And it's Rex Ryan.
And there's big old Rex. He's got some hot sauce, and he's going to town on your feet.
I know personally of a situation where a chick fell asleep and then woke up, and a guy in a car was sucking on her toes.
Oh,
I know personally of a situation. That's all I'm going to say. It's decades ago, probably. But
it wasn't you.
It wasn't. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. Nobody.
This isn't one of those asking for a friend moments.
Nobody I'm associated with now. But I happen to know that there was a situation that happened like that. So that's a fetish.
It is.
I mean, ask Rex Ryan. He openly admits it. The former coach of the Jets.
He's a cheerleader for it.
Yeah.
Allison, you ever been woken up by somebody sucking on your toes?
Thank goodness no. But I have heard horror stories. I'm with Nigel. It's a thing.
Oh.
It's a thing.
Oh, man. The movie Don't Be a Menace to South Central, the Wayans Brothers parody movie, the toe-sucking scene.
Oh, no.
Go back and watch it. That's all I'm saying.
So if you've saved more than $200,000 but have not filed for Social Security, I mean, you might want to check your Social Security statement to see how much money you'll get in retirement. The number could be a lot less. Number could be a lot more than the number on your statement. That's where Bill Demery, your retirement guy, comes in. Discover how you could get every penny that's rightfully yours with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. Call right now, 317-648-5120.
The free analysis from Bill Demery takes the guesswork out of filing for your benefits. And most importantly, it could help you get every last penny out of what's rightfully yours. It's your money. So get that free analysis from Bill Demery right now. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy, 317-648-5120.
Comcast Business is celebrating Small Business Month by giving you a $1,000 small business bonus when you switch to a qualifying gig speed package from the company with over 99.99% network reliability. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 1, company merch for staff. Styling. Or possibility number 24, the latest software. Upgrade. Or possibility number 192, new equipment powered by gig speeds. Or possibility number 555, a 3D printer. Rapid prototyping, anyone? Switch to Comcast Business for over 99.99% network reliability, advanced cybersecurity, and now get started with a $1,000 small business bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
In 62225, new customers only with 2-year agreement. Other restrictions apply.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Got plans this weekend? Why not head to Honeysuckle Hill Bistro in Brazil, Indiana? Honeysuckle Hill Bistro is located inside our family's lakeside home. The menu changes weekly, and whether it's chicken to wine, we focus on serving Indiana-sourced items. One thing that's always on the menu is our version of the Hoosier breaded tenderloin sandwich. Can't decide what to order? You can order the Bites Plate, where you get a sampling of everything that's on the week's menu. Honeysuckle Hill Bistro serves dinner Fridays and Saturdays 5 to 8 and Sunday brunch buffet from 11 to 2.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. We are cleaning out inventory. Save up to 50% off Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, and Flex Steel. And if it's in stock, save up to an extra 25% off. Save up to 20% off Berlin Gardens and Pollywood Outdoor Furniture. And save up to 50% off floor sample mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic. First come, first serve. Sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
I'm Arielle Winter. If you're anything like me, your pets are not only your best friends, they're part of your family. American Humane, which has been rescuing animals like Cleo here for more than 100 years, has life-saving tips that can make a big difference in a disaster. When disaster strikes, you want to protect your whole family, including your pets. To help keep your family safe and help our best friends in their worst times, find tips at AmericanHumane.org.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
The gloves come off. Lisa Brady, Fox News. Democrats sounding the alarm over the House-passed bill for much of the Trump agenda that's now under Senate consideration.
Hospitals will close. Nursing homes will shut down. And yes, people will die.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries on Medicaid cuts. The president says only waste, fraud, or abuse will be cut from Medicaid. But some Republicans are pushing for more cuts, concerned about the deficit. Elon Musk calling the current bill a pork-filled abomination. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
I've said this many times. I'll be saying it until we get this thing over the line. This is the most amount of money that any government has ever saved on planet Earth in a piece of legislation.
Both he and the White House say Congressional Budget Office estimates are wrong. Federal officials offering reassurance about Social Security benefits for older student loan borrowers.
Nearly 500,000 Americans 62 years or older with student loans are in default, according to a federal agency. But the Department of Education says Social Security payments will not be garnished for those borrowers. The spokesperson for the department says the Trump administration is committed to protecting Social Security recipients who oftentimes rely on a fixed income. The administration restarted student loan collections last month following a years-long pause put in place during the COVID pandemic.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The government has said wages and tax refunds could be garnished for those in default. 2 Chinese nationals are accused of smuggling a biological pathogen into the U.S. The FBI says a dangerous fungus considered a potential agro-terrorism weapon was transported through the Detroit Metropolitan Airport by a suspect who wanted to research it at the University of Michigan laboratory where his girlfriend worked. Federal prosecutors say both now face charges of conspiracy, smuggling, false statements, and visa fraud. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Still a demand for transparency. No rain right now. Rain is possible tomorrow, especially, though, Thursday and Friday. It's 87 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Trips overseas taken by Indiana Secretary of State Diego Morales have been on the mind of Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith.
Beckwith talked about that in a Tuesday interview with 93 WIBC's Kendall and Casey. I'm John Herrick. Morales recently went to India and Hungary. Beckwith says the Hungary trip has a logical explanation.
He's over there because of CPAC. He was invited because of the Hungary delegation that's close to his wife to come and have conversations with Purdue about agriculture. He's not making deals. He can't make deals. He doesn't have that authority. He has to go through the U.S. Department of Ag.
But he says he has a lot of questions about the India media trip, and he wants Morales to be more transparent about that.
Though Governor Braun said he would not do it, he has decided to replace 3 members of the IU Board of Trustees early. They were elected by the alums. Braun says that's because of the sheer number of applicants. Braun got that authority at the end of this year's legislative session. He had said those 3 would finish their terms. Today, he defended the appointment of his own trustees. The 19-year-old who was reported missing in Perry County has been found. A statewide silver alert had been issued for Nikhil Sood. He was found alive and safe and about 4 miles from where he was last seen. A woman finally at rest. Jeanette Cruz has the story.
Lawrence Hendricks was working at a Volunteers of America thrift store in October 2018 when he found cremated remains donated in a bag with a certificate of cremation for a woman named Dolores, an unusual discovery.
But it's also managing the unexpected. And when that bag of ashes was donated, to find something to do about it.
He then found a box to put Dolores in.
But she was always in my office.
Fast forward to Monday, He Knows Your Name Ministry and Marion County's coroner's office held a ceremony at Floral Park Cemetery in Indy to honor unclaimed 2023 Marion County remains, including Dolores. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Pat Sullivan here for the Miscellaneous Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Miscellaneous?
Miscellaneous is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Miscellaneous specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Miscellaneous help there?
Yes, Miscellaneous works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Miscellaneous Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Miscellaneous happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Miscellaneous.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, westbound 70, stop and go traffic for people exiting to southbound 6570. That's from Sherman Drive into the north split, and the delay continues down to the south split because of construction. Inbound 65, stop and go from 29th into the north split. Eastbound 78-minute delay from Tibbs Avenue into Meridian, Illinois. On the northwest side, northbound 465 at West 46, police activity in the right lane. Northbound 465 stop and go from 79th up to 865. Eastbound 465 slow before Keystone to Allisonville Road. And a crash Irvington, New York Street east of Sherman Drive. That's with a motorcycle. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A warm Tuesday night ahead with lows around 70. Warm, a little humid, and hazy for Wednesday with highs in the mid-80s. Scattered showers and storms Wednesday evening and night with a level 1 out of 5 marginal severe risk for wind and hail. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
One of our favorites is Dr. Curry Myers. Combined 35 years of professional experience as a state trooper, special agent, sheriff, criminologist, consultant, professor.
Wow.
He is America's criminologist. And anytime we want to talk about crime numbers, he's our go-to. Doctor, how are you?
Always a pleasure to be on. Thanks so much.
So your Substack, the new article, The State of Crime and Criminal Justice in 2025. So let's kind of go through some of the highlights of this article here. Overall, statistics from some larger cities, New York City, even here in Indianapolis, they're really pushing that crime is down. Crime is down. Homicides are down. How accurate are those claims?
Well, in many ways, the numbers are spurious because they lag. and without having true evidence-based policing, which I'm a huge proponent of, the American citizen and taxpayer should see crime in real time. And in today's technology and the ability to have AI and other things, we can have a quicker system of getting information about crime statistics much quicker than what we've seen in the past. The FBI statistics could take a year and a half up to 2 years before it actually gets publicly put out. So it makes it difficult for guys like me who study these things from an applied criminology point of view. And so I have to shift through the material. But in 2025, the American criminal justice system is continuing to be strained. The last 4 years, it was, quite frankly, was re-engineered. It was ideologically rewired, if you will, in ways that abandon accountability and really for appeasement. So this isn't progress at all. It's the rule of law surrender, in my opinion. And if you want to look at blue cities have been the highest number of increases in crime. They have the police defund issue. They have labor staff shortages. And if you mentioned New York City, if you look at New York City in itself, despite their overall crime stats, rape is up 19% if you look at it in real time right now. Felony assault is up 5%. Bronx violence is up 43%. And then assault on law enforcement officers in New York City has increased over the last 4 years to an all-time high right now. Now, luckily, deaths for law enforcement has declined, but we have seen a increase in assaults in New York City. So that's a perfect example. If you go to the other side of the United States, California, only about 6.6% of the thefts report result in arrest. This is a result of Prop 47, which, thank goodness, the voting public voted that back out. But Governor Gavin Newsom, if you're not aware, is actually slow rolling the rollout of Prop 36 that the voters actually voted on. So he's not even representing the citizens' will. And what this does is when you don't have people in prison, you have repeat offenders continue to this isn't rocket science. Repeat offenders get out and they reoffend. And in places like New York and California, the recidivism rates, especially for violent crime, is getting close to over 70%.
Sounds familiar, Doctor. Sounds familiar. I mean, honestly, the same thing here in Indianapolis. I'm not sure what the exact numbers are, but it's sounding very familiar. You said something, Doctor, at the beginning of the segment. I wonder if you could go back to it just for a second. Evidence-based policing. You're an advocate for that. What is that, and why is that important?
Well, the genesis behind evidence-based policing is to be able to look at crime stats in real time, and you have to have software upgrades, and you have to have the funding to be able to implement this. So let me give you an example. If a police officer writes a report, just a regular report, in current practices, and I'm sure this is the way in Indianapolis because they have done their level best to try to defund police, and there's been, as you know, there's staff shortages that Indianapolis PD has to deal with as a result. So this is a perfect example of where it can be used effectively. But if an Indianapolis police officer writes a report, once that report's in the system and approved by the desk sergeant, that report virtually has become lost. It's very seldom going to be seen again. It might be pulled out by a detective. If it's something really interesting, it might cross into the chief's desk or something like that. But writing reports is very essential because the information contained in the reports, dates, times, people you interview, known assailants, all those kinds of things, if they're not put into a system where you can regurgitate that information as needed, then it's going to be missed. And with technology and supply chain, the electronic supply chain, we have to have a system, and it does exist, where if a law enforcement officer writes something this afternoon, another police officer, if he or she enters that name or that address or something, it's going to pop up and say, this just occurred at this address. This just occurred with this potential suspect. This victim is associated with this person. and you're able to actually account for crime and direct resources quicker and better as a result. And if you have that, you can utilize your labor effectively instead of it being kind of a hit and miss strategy or based on feelings. And so the premise on evidence policing, and I think this is a national strategy that needs to be done across the United States. You can't do this if you defund police. I make the argument, my friends, that if we're going to have effective policing, we have to increase funding, number one, and the funding has to be increased to include appropriate training for officers and the use of things like evidence-based policing, and that means technological upgrades, that means software upgrades. And when 80% of the budgets across the United States for policing are based on salary and benefits, how in the world can we have the most advanced policing in the world? And we should, because we're Americans. We have great police officers out on the street. They're doing a great job, but they are not adequately taken care of. They're not trained like they should be, and they do not get the resources to go out and fight crime like we should in the world's greatest country.
Dr. Curry Myers is our guest, America's criminologist. Doctor, I know here in Indy, they've been trying to put money toward the IMPD. Funding, I don't really think has been that big of an issue, but the officers feel like there's no support from a mayor that constantly throws them under the bus. Despite giving them funding, publicly throws them under the bus. You have a soft prosecutor who acts more like a public defender than he does a prosecutor. Some bail reform issues. Those have all been problems here in Indianapolis. When you add up all of those things, like how can you get an accurate assessment of crime statistics? Because it feels like every city has got certain things, whether it's soft prosecutor, soft bail, that kind of changes the numbers a little bit. Does that make sense?
No, it makes total sense, and you're absolutely right. And that's why we need to embrace technology and use it wisely to make sure we're having this kind of information at our disposal. There's two things you mentioned here that's extremely important. That is prosecutorial efforts. The nation has some really good prosecutors. We also have some prosecutors that are not worth anything. There are some that emphasize one-size-fits-all bail reform, and quite frankly, that's a public safety hazard. You cannot have that. We have some prosecutors that have embraced cashless bail reforms when they let anybody out, and that's been generalized, and cash bail should never be generalized and used for anybody. It's based on criminal histories mean something, right? I mean, if you have constantly been arrested. In California, I went and embedded myself with the Riverside County Sheriff's Office, a fantastic sheriff's office led by a great sheriff, but they got to deal with the wokeness and progressivism of California. And I was out working with them, and they pulled up a suspect that had 15 active bench warrants, some felonies, some misdemeanors, and they still couldn't arrest them because the laws would not allow them to incarcerate for that level of felony, and they certainly couldn't do it for misdemeanors. So you want to have someone like Gavin Newsom in the White House someday, get ready for something significant, because that's going to be the worst thing. So that's something we have to work on prosecutors. And most prosecutors are elected, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the voters got to become smarter when they vote for a DA and they vote for a sheriff.
Or a judge for that matter.
Or a judge, because some states they're not elected and some they are.
Yep.
But anytime you have a vote on public, and I will tell you right now, George Soros and Open Secrets has specifically, through Act Blue, I don't know if you know what has gone on in Act Blue and some of the corruption allegations going on, but they are linked specifically to an increase in DA races and sheriff races across the country. So George Soros is now funding. He has forgotten about the high stuff. Well, he hadn't forgotten about it. He's still involved in it. But he understands that all politics is local. And if I can control the local DA and if I can control the local sheriff, then I can make major inroads. And I would make the argument those two people are probably some of the most powerful people in your state. The sheriff of the most populated county and the sheriff or the DA of the most populated county, they pull significant weight on criminal justice public policy, not only in their area, but in their state. And something's got to be done different. And then the other thing that you mentioned, which is this lack of leadership in law enforcement. If you are a police executive, your job is to run the police department and make sure that it's effective. And you also have to push back if things are not going right, or you're not funded, or if you have labor issues, to the point that you're willing to resign and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. You got to be public about it. It used to be police chiefs were old enough and had enough shine on their pants, they call it on the job, where they could say, I'm the police chief. I'm going to run the police department. Yes, you're my mayor. I appreciate that. Thanks for the funding. But I'm going to run the department as I see fit. And I'm not going to woke and cave into what you want me to do.
Doctor, we're going to leave it right there. We're up against it. If somebody wants to follow more of your work or check out this article, The State of Crime and Criminal Statistics in 2025, where can they find it?
I'm on Substack at drcurrymyers.substack.com. Myers is Myers, Curry, Currie. Or if you Google Dr. Curry Myers, everything comes up, my podcast, interviews, all my Substack writings. You won't miss it. So thanks very much.
Doctor, great stuff. We'll talk again soon.
Stay safe.
All right, let's break down, have a look at what's going on the roads.
All right, Hammer, looking at westbound 70 stop-and-go traffic from Emerson Avenue into the north split. Delay continues on southbound 65-70 down to the south split. Bad crash on the south side. It's northbound 65 at Edgewood Avenue. That's blocking 2 left lanes, causing slow traffic almost to the Southport Road exit. Eastbound 70 slow from Belmont into the south split. That's a 5-minute delay. Looking at northbound 465 east side, stop-and-go 70 up to 75th southbound lanes grinding from 70 down to Washington Street. You get a break until you hit Brookville Road, slow to South Shadeland Avenue. Crash 38th Street at Shadeland Avenue, crash at 38th at College. Traffic sponsored by Cancer Support Community. Don't miss Laughing Matters featuring Howie Mandel on July 12th at Old National Center in downtown Indy. The show benefits Cancer Support Community. Get tickets and details at oldnationalcenter.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
86 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Again, make your plans now. Join us in Shelbyville this Thursday. Hammer and Nigel Show broadcasting live inside the casino in the Sportsbook, the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Casino Indy in Shelbyville. We start at 3 o'clock. It's a big Pacer Thunder viewing party that night. Get there early, get your seats, make your bets, get your drinks. Let's do the damn thing. That's Thursday.
There's something timeless about radio. It's where stories are told, ideas are shared, and communities stay connected. Our generation grew up with it, and we still believe in the power of tuning in. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe planning for retirement should feel just as familiar and trusted. That's why we're bringing real conversations and practical advice to the airwaves. Join us every Sunday at 9 p.m. for our Retire with Purpose Radio Hour, right here on 93.1 WIBC. We'll talk about what really matters in retirement, income you can count on, choices you can feel good about, and a future that reflects your values. Because some things, like good planning and good radio, never go out of style. Howard Bailey Financial, retirement planning that speaks your language. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com. The Retire with Purpose Radio Hour is a paid placement on each airing station.
Caesars Sportsbook in Shelbyville, inside Horseshoe Casino Indy. That's your place to watch the NBA Finals. It's an amazing atmosphere. People are booing, they're cheering, they're into it. But you also have incredibly easy access to drinks and food. If you want to go play some blackjack, hit the slots, hit the tables, whatever you want to do, you've got that option. Live betting as the game changes. So if one team gets out to a ridiculous start and the odds change, make those bets right there in real time at the book, the Caesars Sportsbook, inside Horseshoe Casino Indy. Again, it is your place to watch the NBA Finals.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 463-251-1912. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 463-251-1912. That's 463-251-1912.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. 800-917-8730. That's 800-917-8730.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
The financial advisor industry is a flawed system. Find out how to fight back and protect your retirement on Expedition Retirement. Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Stop putting up with lousy well water. You just can't find anybody better than the pros at C&J. Great systems, great people too. C&J at 317-852-WELL.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah! Are you the grill master at your house, or is it the crazy coupon lady, Crystal?
It's kind of both when it comes to the grill, right? Now, if it's stuff in the kitchen, I'm a liability.
Sure.
She's in charge. I just get in the way.
The reason why I ask you this is if you want to make your burgers taste more like McDonald's, here's a former corporate employee who breaks down what's in the meat, and it's pretty simple stuff.
I'm a former McDonald's corporate chef. I am going to divulge some information for you. Nobody believes me. Just to confirm, this magic seasoning, they legally have to post the ingredient statement on their website. I'll even put the meat ingredient statement. It's just salt and pepper. There's literally no other things in it. 86% salt, 14% pepper. The hamburger, the McDouble, the double cheeseburger, and the Big Mac, same seasoning is used on their quarter pounders. If you do not think this is true, along with the beef being all beef, go sue them. You could bring that product to an independent lab.
Are you okay with this?
No. So your big bombshell is salt and pepper. McDonald's uses salt and pepper.
Whoa.
Like when I'm putting stuff on the grill, we put seasoning and stuff on it anyway. Now I got to be honest. My goal has never been I want it to taste like McDonald's. Now McDonald's is good. I'm not saying that it's not. But it's like the sauces and everything else and the onions that kind of make it taste the way it is. Nobody says the meat is the best at McDonald's. And that's what this guy's big secret is. So no, Nobody's asking for this.
It's like the janitor in Billy Madison. Miss Slippy's car is green.
Right.
McDonald's puts pepper on their hamburgers.
Bombshell report. I'm sure Rachel Maddow's going to have that right after Donald Trump's tax returns. No, that's a big nothing burger. I'm not okay with that.
Any place you want to go here?
Let's go down next. Let's go down
Okay,
the
if
line.
you missed it, a contractor in North Carolina was checking out a home that got destroyed by a fire, but he found a melted big mouth Billy Bass.
Yes.
But you know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
They thought they'd test out this melted big mouth Billy Bass after the fire. Here's what it sounded like.
Did you think for just 1 second that look at me, I will survive. I will survive.
Yeah.
I will survive.
He survived. He survived.
The firefighters are like, he survived all right. This is the fish that comes up off the thing and starts singing and wiggling around.
I'm all right with this. I love this. Like, I hate that everything else got destroyed but the Billy Bass.
Of course.
But what if the Billy Bass was the best thing that was in their house? I have no idea. But if you're around our age, Nige, I'm 47, you're 49.
Yeah.
You grew up watching these Billy Bass infomercials on television. They were on late at night. So my question to you, which ad played more? The Billy Bass ad, "Take Me to the Water," or the commercial for the album Freedom Rock?
Freedom Rock, for
Hey,
sure.
man, is that Freedom Rock? Yeah, man. Well,
turn it up, man. Yeah. Billy Bass or Freedom Rock? You got to pick one. The other goes away forever.
Freedom Rock, no question.
Hey, man, is that Freedom Rock? Well, turn it up, man. All right. Speaking of turning it up, let's turn up the heat, Nige. What do you think? Got a little caller roulette in you today?
Oh, do I have it in me? Yeah, great.
Sounds like a ringing endorsement to me.
Boy.
239-9393. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about the Rob Kendall, Micah Beckwith feud, if you want to pick a side, you can talk about that. If you want to talk about the big, beautiful bill, you can talk about that. If you want to talk about Allison doing the celebrity beer bong and how that made you feel, you can talk about that.
Apparently, I have a new celebrity crush on Elizabeth Warren because she's an Oklahoma City Thunder fan.
She was born in Oklahoma City. We don't know if she's a fan, but that's good enough for us.
Okay.
So there's an AI video of you giving her a 3-second Frencher.
Thank you.
And if you want to see that,
Thank you.
go to our Facebook and Twitter. But if you want to react to that, you can do anything at all. Just keep it brief and do not swear. 239-9393. All we need is your name, and Nige and I are going to be very irresponsible and fly blindly into your phone calls. Caller roulette, baby. Let's light this candle. 239-9393.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why your electric bill could be going up. Cloudy, sultry, 87 degrees on Monument Circle with rain possible tomorrow. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. AES Indiana asking for permission to increase bills to help pay for their transition to wind, solar, and battery storage energy. If the request is approved, the average monthly bill would end up $21 higher after several incremental increases starting next year. The Knicks, the coach who was successful but couldn't get it done when it came to the Pacers.
The New York Knicks are coming off their most successful season in 25 years, but it wasn't enough for head coach Tom Thibodeau to keep his job. The Knicks fired Thibodeau on Tuesday, 3 days after the Knicks were eliminated by the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Under Thibodeau, the Knicks made the postseason in 4 of 5 years and had consecutive 50-win seasons for the first time since the 1990s. The Knicks made several big moves last summer and fall prior to the season, trading for forward Mikal Bridges and all-star Karl Anthony Towns. Thibodeau was scheduled to begin a 3-year contract extension next year that had previously been agreed to. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
The New York sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs, with testimony today from a former security guard who worked at the hotel where Combs was filmed attacking his then-girlfriend. Fox's C.B. Cotton is outside the federal courthouse in Manhattan.
Jurors have heard more about Diddy's sprawling business empire, to include its bank accounts, expenses, and other things of that nature, from a former employee, Derek Ferguson, who worked for Diddy for nearly 20 years. Most of them spent as chief financial officer for Bad Boy Entertainment. He's testifying under a subpoena. Most of his testimony has been very procedural, but jurors have been able to see bank records from Diddy's accounts, to include a $20,000 wire transfer from the father of Diddy's then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Cassie's mom testified earlier in the trial that Diddy used sexually explicit videos of Cassie to blackmail them for money.
Traffic on 93 WIBC. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, Southside crash. Northbound 65, about a mile north of Southport Road. It's at Edgewood Avenue, blocking 2 left lanes, causing stop traffic past Southport Road to stop 11 Road. And our delay coming in at 15 minutes right now. Northbound 465 on the northeast side. This is at East 71st Street. A stall blocking the right lane, slowing down traffic all the way back to I-70. Crash 38th Street at College Avenue. And a crash at 38th at Shadeland Avenue. Southbound 465 on the east side, stop and go from 70 down to 74. Westbound 70 slow into the north split from Rural Street, grinding down to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 70 stop and go Belmont into the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
A warm Tuesday night ahead with lows around 70. Warm, a little humid, and hazy for Wednesday with highs into the 80s. Scattered showers and storms Wednesday evening and night with a level 1 out of 5 marginal severe risk for wind and hail. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
Nigel, is it responsible behavior to have the #1 rated talk show on the biggest flame-throwing radio station and just take calls without knowing what's coming?
Absolutely not.
Are we going to do it anyway?
I guess.
Let's do it. Here we go. Allison, do we have the dump button ready?
Not that it's ever worked.
Not a real enthusiastic thumbs up from Allison. I think it was I think. All right, let's go. Tom, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. Tom, what do you got?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. 2 quick things. Ask Matt Bear why we keep having accidents down at 65 in Edgewood. This can be a broken record every afternoon now, and I don't know why. And the number 2 thing is, Chris will enjoy this. The missus and I got married in chapel at University of Indianapolis 51 years ago this past Sunday.
Oh, and, congratulations.
And the chapel is, at the time, now is the southeast corner of the dining hall there. So things have changed over the years, that's for sure.
Well, that's awesome. Happy anniversary, a little early to you. And we'll ask Matt Bear about that. Is he back there right now, Nige, or is he doing Matt Bear stuff?
He's scrambling. He was vaping. He is now
the 65 crash
65 in Edgewood.
Why are we seeing so many crashes there?
My first thing I would say is it's because it's heading into this awful construction zone on the south side. Remember, we're tore up on 65 both directions and lane restrictions from 465 to the south split, and that's kind of approach. And you have the interchange there as well. So, yeah, a lot going on in that area.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah,
there you go.
Glad to have you back.
I can't believe you got your pants on that fast back there. That's well done.
He was scrambling.
I'm buck naked right now.
You can see him back there.
Jeff is up next. Jeff, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, fellas. Did a sewer today in Brownsburg, right? And I come off the machine, and I noticed the mailman walking up there. And I was like, hey, the mailman for Brownsburg. Zionsville, too? He said, certainly. So I knew exactly who it was from Kendall and Nigel. So I talked to him for a second, told him how long I'd been listening to the station for over 50 years. And he said, no kidding. He said, I got Nigel's thing right now. I can text him. I said, please don't. I said, look, I'm 3 blocks from Kendall Street. He's got OCD. I'm not going to jail tonight for him freaking out and thinking I'm a stalker.
Hold on. Is this regular Jeff?
It is.
This is regular Jeff, a frequent caller to the show, and you happen to run into the official mailman of the Hammer and Nigel show, Justin. Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly the person.
And let me try to read the text that he wrote me. He goes, he's working on my route. What do you do? What do you do in sewers? Is that what he said?
Yeah, sewer lateral repair today.
He says, you're a legend. I said, you're a legendary F.
It's a friendly text exchange from the official mailman of the show.
Thank you, Justin.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'm glad I'm glad you got to meet Justin.
Hey, one more thing. When we did meet you, my daughter and I on Carb Day, she got home and she said, Dad, I've been listening. They always call each other or themselves fat asses. And she's like, they're not fat. They're just stocky.
Hey, compared to you, man, we're fat.
That's right. We're country strong, right?
Yeah,
that's the term we're going to go with. Right on, Jeff. Thank you. Bobby is up next. Bobby, what do you got? Bobby?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, just got something that kind of grinds my gears. I've got a business downtown on New York Street. Nigel, your dad's actually been in once or twice. And I don't know who we need to tar and feather in the Indianapolis city, whoever has decided to take New York Street and Michigan, 2 streets that have been one-ways forever, never any problems, traffic flows. But because we've got about 20 people that ride bikes a week, they've decided to take those 2 streets and make them 2 ways. Now, that is going to cause so much problems. Trucks are not going to be able to get into businesses like mine. I have no idea. It is driving us crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's getting ready to happen, and it's going to be a complete nightmare.
Yeah, Indianapolis used to be a place where let's be honest, you didn't necessarily need public transportation because the roads were wide enough, everybody could drive, everybody could park. But for some reason, the current administration, and even going back a little bit, some of this falls onto Ballard, they decided we've got to be more like other big cities. So we're going to eliminate some parking spots. We're going to eliminate room where cars can drive and turn in because we've got to be more progressive like Chicago or Seattle.
Yeah. Bobby, do you want to say your business or would you like to remain anonymous?
No, that's all right. Marshall Building Specialties. We been family. My grandfather started it back in the 60s and been there for a long, long time. And,
right on.
Yeah. So, no, I appreciate it's just, I don't know. I don't know if Mayor Pete came down and threw some ideas out there or what, but it's completely idiotic to create a problem where one didn't exist. So,
yeah, man, that's you're preaching to the choir. The folks in Broad Ripple would say the planning has not been good. Imagine if you're Tom's Watch Bar down here in Indianapolis. You open up a big new facility right there, and nobody can get to it because of government-funded hotel construction. Let's go to Tim. Tim, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel Show. What you got, Tim?
Dang it, Bobby. Blah, blast. Anyways, you guys want to hear a dumb joke?
Oh, please.
All right, so what do you call 2 lesbians in a closet?
What?
A liquor cabinet.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate that.
Great time for that joke.
Well, it's they can't all be 10s, right? When you're doing some caller roulette and you're making the omelet that is caller roulette,
who knows?
Sometimes you're going to break a few eggs.
Maybe there are some people that thought that was funny that were of, like the same sex.
Perhaps.
You know what it's her?
Perhaps.
You know
but this is, what you get with caller roulette. We don't screen these calls out.
I know.
And, hey.
But liquor cabinet, come on.
All right, let's go to Terry.
All right, he said.
Terry, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hello, let me turn my radio down.
Okay, Terry. Now, Terry, is this the Terry that was complaining on YouTube that you never get in the chat, that you never get in to call?
That's me.
Well, here you are. Let's go.
Well, here I am, and it's, usually I'm on a school bus, and now I'm not, so I can call you.
All right, what you got?
Are you riding on it or
Anyway.
driving it?
So I drive a school bus,
Okay.
but not now. I want to talk about Matt. Is he there?
He's in the back right now. He's lubing up.
Oh, he's putting his pants back on.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
there he is.
tell him
Matt,
not to.
I think Matt is with us. Matt, are you with us?
Tell him not to.
Hi, pants are on.
Terry would like to talk to you, Matt. Can you hear Terry?
Yeah, Terry, what's going on? Hello.
Hey, Matt. I've been listening to you since you were the producer on the Chicks on the Right show.
Yeah.
And there were times that there were long lags of breaks for you, and I just figured that you were on a vacation. Come to find out later, I understand why you weren't there.
Are we comfortable with this conversation and where it's going, Matt?
Yeah, I was in rehab.
Yeah, I understand that. That's
Did you
why
see
I'm
Hawk
calling.
set there?
Good Lord.
Sorry. Go ahead, Terry.
All I wanted to say was I just want to commend you, Matt Bear, because you're such a professional. I would have never known in all the years that I've heard you on the radio that you had that problem. When you stepped away from the radio for a while and took care of what you needed to take care of, you've always been a consummate professional, and I really do appreciate you.
Wow.
Terry, God bless. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. And that's what it is. So,
Terry,
thank
you ever thought about Matt Bear shirtless before?
Always.
We could take care of that.
Yeah. Matt Bear can slide in those DMs like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe.
I had a day.
Well, you know I am a cougar.
Well, Matt, we got a ball game.
Thank you. Thank you,
We got a ball
Terry.
game, Matt. We got a ball game. All right. And that is how you put the wraps and a bow on caller roulette. Well done, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a good one for sure.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment,
as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Hi, Jeff Roush for Tom Roush Lincoln. Right now,
get Lincoln's employee pricing on most all new Lincolns at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers. Get up to $20,000 off select 2024 Navigators, up to $8,000 off select 2024 Nautilus, or up to $7,000 off select 2024 Corsair at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Navigator MSRP 105,575, Nautilus MSRP 61,995, Corsair MSRP 47,820. Offers going on now. Navigators excluded from employee pricing, subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Miscellaneous. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Miscellaneous happens to help you through it.
Packed with peanuts and filled with golden caramel, Payday is one hard-working candy bar. So grab one now to power you through the day. Payday Peanut Caramel Bar. Get to it.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Bear and Ryan Hedrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Mr. Matt Bear, what are we looking at?
All right, Hammer, looking at northbound 65 on the south side. Crash at Edgewood Avenue, blocking the left lane. And we're slow to the Southport Road exit and then stopped back to County Line Road in Greenwood. Northeast side breakdown on northbound 465 at East 71st Street. Right lane closed. Traffic stop and go back to 74, 21-minute delay. Westbound 70 is slow in the exit lanes to southbound 65, 70. Your delay starts Sherman Drive into the north split. And as you continue southbound 65, 70 jammed up as you make your way to the south split. That's because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Staples Stores. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Do me a solid. We are closing in on 100 likes on the YouTube stream today. We need 17 more. 17 people that consider themselves badasses, 17 people that want to see the Pacers win the championship, or 17 people that want to see Matt Bear do a shirtless calendar. Whatever the case may be, we need 17 more.
Let me click like here, ASAP.
Go to the WIBC YouTube channel, give us a thumbs up, help us get to 100. It's 86 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And Nige, how often do you log on to summerliving.com?
As often as I log into never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Okay. Yeah. We're off and running.
I was just meant Twitter, X.
Yes. It's Twitter to me. I refuse to call it X. Yeah. It's kind of like Deer Creek, let's be honest. Summerliving.com has 15 things you should never put in your garage. Okay?
Okay.
Tell me how many of these things you have in your garage. Easily flammable items. Gas rags, gas cans, gas for a lawnmower.
Where am I supposed to put my gas can? Yes, I have a gas can in my garage filled with gas. I just filled it up the other day.
How about propane tanks?
Yeah, we keep our grills in our garage. We got a Blackstone and a Weber. Yes.
Paint. Do you keep paint in the garage?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got paint.
Artwork. Do you have any Hunter Biden originals out there, Nige?
No artwork in the garage. No.
Old electronics.
Yes, I've got a. Oh my God, my wife made me so mad. I had what do you call it back in the day? A ghetto blaster back in the day.
Boom box.
Big boom box back in the day. She threw it away.
What?
She threw it away. It played CDs. It had like a 6 CD changer.
You could put Freedom Rock in that.
Yeah, I know. No, that was stored in there. Yes, of course I have electronics in there, but she did throw my boombox away.
Blankets and clothing.
Yes.
I think it's okay to have blankets and clothing in there.
We have cabinets and stuff like for like outdoor activities.
Again, these are all things, according to Summer Living, you should not have in your garage because they could catch fire or there's chemicals. Pet food. Extra pet food.
Yeah. Dry cat food for the cat. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Firewood.
Yeah, in the cabinet. Sure. Yeah. For the solo stove. Yeah.
Books. Got any books in there, Nige?
I mean, I don't know if we have them stored. They might be. No, I don't have any books in my garage.
So we've got a boom box, but no books.
Yeah, no boom box anymore. She threw it out today.
Wine.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have like a total wine delivery dropped off. And you saw our wine cabinet, our liquor cabinet, right?
It's impressive.
It's full. So when there's no place to put the wine, it's in the garage.
And I feel like this is a question for an audience of one. Classified documents. Do you keep those in the garage?
Do you have Joe Biden's phone number? Actually, I don't think we need it.
Classified documents next to the bitchin' Corvette. Huh, that's shocking.
Why aren't I allowed to keep these things in my garage?
Either flammable or they have chemicals or they're bad for the environment or some crap.
Whatever.
I don't know. Don't go anywhere. We've got another hour to go. You'll hear from AI boss Hogsett coming up, and AES, they want to increase your rates. Ha! We'll talk about that next.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning. Owner Robert Kirby says the business has evolved along with his customers over the last 40 years.
I'm not second generation, and my son works for us too. So we're third generation now, and we have a third generation of customers. So we're working with them to learn about their systems and maintain one of the most expensive pieces of equipment that you can have in your home.
Join the Kirby family at KirbyHeating.com. Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the